I pressed some buttons and a thing worked.
That's how computers
That was
work,
about
right?
it.
And that's my job in IT.
I mean, basically, yeah. You just press buttons and it works. All right, so stream is up. So, I guess now's as good a time as any to start. Hello, everybody. I am the Indoor Adventurer. You are watching Simple and Keen / the Indoor Adventurers League. Yeah, today we are hopefully going to be finishing the Temple of the Magic Spider, as this is the second part of it. I recently ran this adventure for some of my other friends as well, and you guys are roughly around the halfway point if everything goes according to some plan or another. As always, it wouldn't be an indoor stream if there wasn't technical difficulties involved. As I was not able to get my desktop audio working, but it turns out that the difference between a 32-bit and 64-bit OBS means audio for people. So, got all that figured out. If anybody's too quiet or anything, feel free to message in the chat, and we will get that sorted as quickly as possible. If you're watching this on YouTube, hello.
Hello.
As I said, I am the Indoor Adventurer, but you didn't come here to just watch me. You came here to see other people as well, such as the person that I am going to say is to my left. Yes, that worked as well as I thought it would. RJ, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, everybody. I am, well, known as Justice on the interwebs. I am here to play a game as Sue Long, our lovely... What am I again? Wizard Cleric. That's what it is.
It's been a week. It's been a week, guys.
It's been a week, gang. It's okay.
It's been a long week.
All right. And then beneath him, we have joining us once again, PB. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Yes, as I quickly swallow my food. Hi, I'm PB from PBPlaysInside. I do streaming and stuff. I'm playing oh my god, who am I playing? I am playing a monk sorcerer named Colin. They're pretty cool. They do some cool stuff that I'm sure you'll see eventually. I roll great all the time, always. 19s, 20s, every single time. Always. Even when it's like a D6, 20.
Yep. D4?
But,
that's a D20.
Yep, D20. Done. Crit success, always. So, look forward to some great rolling by me, and to some awesome dragon blood line sorcerers. Yeah. That's who I am, and I am playing, and it's super cool.
Yes. All right, and directly across from PB on the stream, we have LBHackEmUp. Would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm LB. I will be playing Tiefa, the rogue. She's mysterious and doesn't say much, and probably won't be putting herself in much danger, but she's totally willing to put other people in danger, so...
Perfect. All right, and last but not least, the artist of the crew. Wings, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. I'm Wings. IRL, my name's Danae. You can see my website on the screen, and I'm gonna be doodling today.
Yes, as your mic...
Oh, I play Viper. Sorry.
Important.
Yeah, your webcam didn't show up in time. Or no, you went someplace. I forgot it.
I drove 37 hours to go be with my family during my boyfriend's deployment. And I forgot my webcam along the way. It's very sad. But, doodles.
Doodles are good. All right, so without further ado, let us recap, or at least get a recap as to what happened in Adventure Previous. So, you guys were contracted by a drow explorer named Medarthus Rothendel, who preferred to go by Milo. He has a very, very large spider named Snicklebox that he wears on his back, and he believes that he has the map to the magic spider, a powerful drow artifact that he has been searching for over the last 200 years, and is now only finally getting to a point where he believes that he is comfortable and close. So he hired you guys, as you all seemed very big and brawny and willing to sacrifice your lives for money, and has offered you 800 gold total, as well as whatever you guys find within the Temple of the Magic Spider, in return for helping him achieve his goal. A little bit of this for that, and that's totally fine as far as Milo is concerned. Other than that, you guys went into the Gilscaran Woods, which is a very thickly wooded area outside of the Shroud Port, where you had initially been contracted. And after walking for the better part of a day, you found yourself in the center of that woods, where you found an octagonal stone temple, which Milo believed to be the temple for the Magic Spider. You guys continued into the temple down a very long shaft where you managed to find several bodies that contained some gold pieces as well as a few items. And then progressing to the next room, there was the introduction to the world spider cosmology, as the Drow believe that all spiders and all things exist on the back of an even larger spider, and also a trap on the floor in the shape of yet another spider. You guys managed to artfully dodge out of your way and totally didn't almost fall into a pit of spikes before clearing that room and going to the third room. A room that held 8 doors, which represented different parts of the Great Spider's cosmology. And you have gone through the... you chose not to go through the yellow door. Or no, you opened up the yellow door, and a dart shot out and almost hit somebody. And then Viper went down the gray door, which led them to a hallway that was connected to the Shadowfell and actually stripped away Viper's ability to see color, making them colorblind. And that is where we left off.
Yep.
So,
Cool.
what did you see at the end of that tunnel, Viper? Says Milo.
Viper kind of like shakes her head and like will clang on the side of her helmet. Nothing.
Well, at least
Good.
we know it's not that door.
So that is the door that does nothing.
Okay.
We have, 4 more doors to open? Because we're not opening the blue one, right? That was the bad one.
Yes. There were what looked like push marks coming from the bottom of the blue door.
Okay. What is the world spider's favorite realm?
Well, he has a lot. I would say his favorite is probably the material plane, as that acts as more of a gateway to the other planes.
Right.
And it
But
also
that's what
has a lot more variety of smaller spiders.
makes sense.
What color would correspond to the material plane?
Probably the door that we came in from, which would be the
Right.
white one.
Oh.
I'm going to say green. Let's go in green.
Okay.
Colin, why don't you go in the green door?
Sure, I mean, whatever.
Okay.
You only live once. And I will pull... Is that what we did? We pulled the string? Get it?
I mean-
I will pull.
Yeah,
Oh,
there
I'm
is
sure
a
I
collection
go through.
of different strings and threads in a small box offset into the wall to the left of the main door, and each string that you pull correlates to a door that will open when you pull the string.
Okay.
Viper
wish-
will wrap the rope around Colin's waist, give you a good old guiding hand.
Oh,
Guidance.
yeah.
Excellent.
She just kind of like taps you or like pats you on the shoulder in a very kind of like, you got this.
Thank you, Viper.
And then
I wish
points
I
you at the
remembered-
red door.
Good accent. Does anyone remember what accent I did with this character?
No,
If
sorry.
not, I'm just gonna come up with one on the fly. All right.
Sulong like leans
Continuity
over
will
to
continuity.
Sulong leans over to Tifa and goes, "They don't got this."
No.
I'm
That's why
sure
I'm
it'll
back
be
here.
fine.
Okay.
Positivity is very nice.
Viper will
Let's-
stand by the door ready to yank her out.
All right. So,
I pull.
all right, and
That-
the green door opens, and you see a hallway extending inward.
Okay.
Godspeed.
First, I look at the walls where it almost shot my buddy last time. Make sure there's no arrow slits there.
Yep.
Do I see anything?
The last time, you saw the wall actually, a slot fell down to reveal arrows.
Oh, that's right. Well, you know what, YOLO. And so I walk through.
Okay. So as you step
Chill
about
up.
15 feet into the room, I would like for you to make a wisdom saving throw as you feel a wave of magic come over your body.
Feel like
That's one of my
I got
best
a
saves.
natural 20.
Just like you said you would.
Yeah.
Just like I said.
Yeah, you feel this wave of magic wash over your body, and you just immediately shake it off. As you can hear a rumbling noise as the walls next to you just start steadily closing in, looking like they would try and come to meet each other.
And I will go and meet Viper at the entrance and no longer be here at a very fast pace.
Yep, so you quickly just nope the fuck on out of there. And then looking back into the hall, you see the door steadily close as the walls actually come to meet each other. And then you hear the sound of stone just... And then after a few minutes, you hear it steadily resetting.
Can do any of us have like the servant, the unseen servant spell?
No, I don't have that spell. Sorry.
Okay, doesn't
I don't
matter.
think so. No, didn't take it.
Okay. All right. That my pick did not work. Who wants to pick the next one?
I mean, sure, I'll go purple. No, that's negative. I'll go red, maybe.
Okay.
Red.
All right, you get the regular treatment.
All right.
Rope, pat.
Can you please find a better place to pat me than my butt?
On the shoulder.
All right. So
He
you
said
get
it's canon.
you get a steady pat on your shoulder, and you guys pull the red thread, and the door opens up, and you see another hallway just leading down, and then that hallway turns left.
Oh
Is it
boy,
though?
I am so surprised.
Just throw something in there.
Who's Zuko?
Who are you now? You're not Susan. Who are you?
My name
I
is
never get your guys'
Sulong.
name right.
Too
long, whatever.
I am Sulong from the Clan Shen, and I
Whatever. Just
will.
throw a pebble.
Sure. Is there like some loose detritus on the ground?
Rocks.
Yeah, there would be some. You would have just been able to pick up some loose debris along your
Like,
way.
Were there bones here?
Toss it in.
Okay.
Don't.
Yeah, so you toss it in, and after it gets to about 20 feet, you just see the wall slats open up with 6 little metal jets that all just flame inward.
Called it.
And then after about a minute or so, it dissipates.
I
That
could
makes
survive
sense.
that.
Do you want to go in? No, okay.
No.
So we've got we got black and purple, and we could do the blue one if you guys want.
We should probably leave that one.
Fair enough. Purple it is. I pulled the purple string.
Okay, purple door opens up.
All right. Let's throw a rock in there.
Do it.
We've learned new things.
Okay. Yeah.
See, this is why I'm the brains of the group.
Well, you seem to be very capable, even if you aren't a drow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Ouch.
See, he understands.
Oh, right.
Macy understands me.
That's close to my name, but I know humans can't pronounce it, so it's fine. So you throw the rock down the hallway, and you just see it kind of skitter across the floor. And this has a hallway that leads to the right at the very end.
Nothing happens?
Nope, nothing happens to the rock.
All right. Well, we tried.
No, that means we can go in.
If you... Well... Viper
You
kind of
can
like puts
go
up a
in.
hand. What am I... Do I have good saves? Hold on. I've actually got a really good constitution save.
Let's do it. I'll hold the rope. And I pass it to the drow.
I've never gotten to hold the rope before. This is a
I'm
part
proud
of
of you.
adventuring that's never been my responsibility.
This is your chance to prove
I'm not
yourself
gonna let
to
you
us.
down. And he just kind of like
That's right.
readies the rope in a stance that very clearly would not be a good way to get anchor.
You got this, buddy.
But he's excited, so I mean, it's the thought that counts.
I just made his day, okay?
For sure.
Viper.
So, Viper, you are going to be walking into the purple room.
Yeah.
All
Shield
right.
out because it helped so much last time.
Yep. So you walk into the room, and as you begin walking, make a wisdom save.
Oh, because okay.
I believe in you.
That's one of my
Oh
best rolls.
shoot! I finally did a good roll. 19.
Okay.
Oh God, thank you.
So 19. So, as you progress forward, each step that you take feels like it's a mile. Is the first step, like the distance that you are feeling like you are physically traveling over this place, even though you know you aren't gaining much distance. And with your second step, it feels like 100 miles. Third step, 1,000 miles. And it just feels like with each step, you are just growing more and more distant from your party members. And it seems like you have this kind of sense of time that you haven't had before. And as you continue walking, your body actually starts to age, which... Lo and behold, to you, you are inside of a suit of armor, so no one sees this happen. But you
She's
actually
fine.
age 9 years.
Dag you. Have to-
LB is really sorry. Tifa is not.
It's all right. If you hadn't have saved, you would have gone up to 18 years.
Nice.
Nice.
Big deal for an elf, but, you know, for
For
humans,
a
it's...
party of
She's an
humans.
elf?
No, party of
No.
humans.
Party
party
of
humans.
humans, kind of a big
Hold on.
deal. But if you were like a drow being like, I guess this door...
I've got the feet to prove it.
All right.
Drow. Or not drow. Ah,
So you
all right.
have...
Is there a wall? Is there like
yeah,
nothing
you turn the
behind?
corner and it is once again just another wall.
Dang it.
We're really good at this game.
I'm just progressively turning into an old person. That's what this...
Anything?
You're
Anything about
colorblind, you're 9 years older.
Colorblind. 9 years older.
I am so sorry.
At this point, I don't really mind. All right.
2 more doors. Let's do blue. And I pull the blue
Let's okay. I was gonna say save the best for last, but
Okay. So you pull the blue door, you pull the blue thread and you hear the door click, but it doesn't move in place. It just sort of stays there.
one. Sweet.
best for last.
I poke it with my sword.
Okay.
I have
It opens up and reveals a hallway. This one's a lot wider than the other hallways that you've been into. This one, where the others were more of a 5-foot doorway and then it opened up into a 10-foot room, this is more of like a 15-foot room. It seems to be making use of the space much more than the others. But other than that, there's no... you can just see a this large room, and then there is another doorway at the end of this room.
Right. Give me the rope.
I throw a rock before he's doing that.
Okay. So as you throw the rock, you see it sail towards the floor, and right as it would hit the floor, it just goes underneath. Like, it just sails right through the floor.
Okay. I use dancing lights and I move the lights to hit the floor and
Okay.
to see where the holes are.
So the
Or if the whole thing
lights
are.
moving down, make an Arcana check. Anyone who has magical abilities can roll an Arcana check on this.
I'm not trained.
Let's see, that's
More of a
16
hobbyist.
plus
I'm a
17.
hobbyist.
17?
Mhm.
All right, so you get the sense that this entire floor is an illusion, that most of this room is an illusion. And kind of putting your ear up towards where the floor is, you can hear the sound of a very tumultuous rushing water that seems like it's possibly 20, 30 feet below where you are.
Okay, well, that's an illusion. I'm sure we can all see it's an illusion now. So we should not touch the ground. You know, don't touch the lava, don't touch the floor.
Okay, so that's not the one that we want to go down?
Shrug. Heavy
I'm-
shrug.
But
Yeah,
spiders
you
don't like
are-
water, right?
You're getting the sense that this entire floor is just not even
Right.
there.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Let's-
black then? Yes?
Well,
I mean, spiders are black, yes?
Lolf does live in the abyss.
Who?
Who?
The,
Wait.
the god?
Wait,
The
wait,
god
wait.
of spiders.
You-
Oh, wait,
You've been-
sorry, I don't know that.
You've been keeping that information just tucked away?
I mean, we're in a giant spidery temple, so it would make sense.
I'm gonna like pull him aside for a second and be like, look. When you're in a party, when you're in an adventuring group, you tell people everything you know and all your secrets.
I mean, you guys stole my book from me. I didn't really have my notes to go off on.
But this, I feel like this is something that you just knew since you just said it off the top of your head. I'm saying we tried all these doors, and the last one just happened to be the one. So can you just like
All right, from here on
any
out...
prevalent information? Yes, just give it to us at the beginning, not at the end.
And you see him go like this with his fingers. Normally, you would just cross your fingers, but with Drow, you have to cross at least 8 of them.
Okay.
For what?
To cross your fingers.
For spiders.
Oh, that
like
you-
a cross
oh,
my heart
oh.
kind of thing, but you know,
Right. Well,
many
good.
more.
oh,
Still don't know whether endearing or terrifying.
A little of both, I think.
7 doors
All right,
later.
so,
Then.
who's leading down the door to the abyss?
Sulong like reaches up towards the black and just like
Yep. And as you do, you just hear
That's not a big deal.
as the door steadily opens up. And looking down, you just see yet another long hallway that turns to the left.
I
all
throw
right,
a rock.
Spider Boy, this is all you. This is the moment you've been training for.
But then how can I be the one that pulls the rope back for people? I thought that was going to
Well-
be my job.
You've been
Who's on the other end of the
promoted.
rope now? Yeah.
it's Sulong. They haven't untied it yet.
Well, it's going to take a long time to untie him and tie you. So why don't you just go so long and do it?
I kick a rock in first.
Proud of you.
So it's kind of eerie because you guys are the only things that have been making noise in this entire encampment or in this entire temple. And as you throw the rock down the hallway, you just hear it just skitter along the floor. And you're all kind of like on edge, waiting for something to happen. Something's happened in the last 6 doors you've opened up. But the rock just sits there. Doesn't do anything.
Great. Very, what's the word? Against
Covenant?
my will, I'll step in.
Okay. Yeah, and again, the only thing that seems to be making any kind of actual noise is you, as you just walk slowly through this hallway.
Great.
Nothing seems to happen. And as you approach the end of the hallway, you look over, and where all of these other halls had a very hard cutoff of just a blank stone slate, there is another hallway extending in front of you, and it seems to progress deeper.
Anything too long? Anything down there?
Depression?
Well, that's
You are like in general.
Not like structural, I mean like the feeling of...
Oh.
Piper's like, how do you feel?
Like we could have used some information earlier on.
How many hands am I holding up? I guess it's fingers. How many fingers? One hand.
3?
Okay, good enough.
All clear. I'll give them the all clear.
Cool.
All right.
I'll go in last.
Sword and shield out.
Okay. Milo seems to just be hanging next to Viper, as they seem to be the most well-defended out of the 4 of you.
Ha! I rolled 3 1s last time.
Yeah, but
I'm sure
you're
it'll
far
be
away
fine.
now.
As defended as I am, my luck is abysmal.
All right, we're gonna make our way down the hallway.
Yep, so you guys progress down this hallway, and it goes to the left, and then you see it branch out to the right, then the left again, and then the right again, and then it takes another right and hooks back towards the left. And you can just see an opening into another room. And with the light that your drift globe is emanating, you can see more of these statues that you had seen first coming into the temple, where it's these very web-motifed armored individuals as stone statues that just sort of seem to be standing facing one of the walls as you walk in. And other than that, or they're actually facing each other, sorry. And then there are sets of pillars along the sides that just seem to have been broken off about halfway. Others are extending into the ceiling, but it doesn't seem like there is much in this room in terms of immediate threat.
I am going to just look around better, just in case.
Okay, are you
Do it once, then.
moving into the room, or are you hanging back?
I'm in the back,
In
so
the doorway area. Okay.
yeah.
So make a this will be a perception check with disadvantage as you are attempting to look into a darkened area.
Makes sense. That was worse. Wisdom, is that the 4?
Yeah, you don't really see much of anything outside of these stone statues and the pillars.
Looks clear. Who's going in first?
Should I throw lights in there first, or do you want to be sneaky about this?
Captain?
Well, I don't need light to see.
I was not talking to you. Viper.
What? Like, does this just sort of continue into darkness? Just statues and pillars, or?
Yes.
All right. Yeah. Let's go ahead and send the light in.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, you guys send the light in, and this room, there are a lot of webs just sort of up in the corners of the ceiling that seem more like cobwebs than serving a functional purpose. And then you see much thicker webs towards the end of the room, which extends for about 60 feet from where you guys are to where you can see the other door. Or the other exit way to be able to actually leave this chamber.
All right.
I think we should have the spider check the webs.
Yeah.
Because he did that last time.
All right. Well, I'll try my best. And he, you see, Milo just kind of like, all right, Snicklebox, off you go. And Snicklebox goes off. And then couple minutes later, he comes back. Says that he didn't see anything, or didn't feel anything anyways.
Sweet. I'm gonna take a step in the room, like kind of test the floor to make sure it's actually a floor, since now I know that's a thing.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna take a step in.
Yeah, the floor remains solid.
Cool. Let's go.
All right.
Aye, Captain.
And then Snicklebox just sort of scampers around again, just sort of like feeling webs as you guys go. And then what's everyone's passive perception?
Ooh.
That would be
11.
12.
12.
All right. So everyone with a 12 hears
Dies.
a sound of just, and then one slightly farther off. And looking up towards where the sound is, you see these very large blue and white creatures with 8 long legs that look kind of...
They were spider farts.
Nickelback.
That
You
tricksy
ratted us
bastard.
out.
If we came down here to be a sacrifice, I would be pissed.
This.
Oh, God.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
No,
All right,
thank you.
so I would like for everyone to roll initiative, as these two have appeared on 2 different pillars,
Yay!
spaced out about 15 feet.
Ooh.
Alrighty.
19.
18.
Okay.
10.
21.
21.
All right, so Colin, you were 19.
Yeah.
And then Sulong was 18, Viper was 10, and Tiefa was 21. And then these 2 creatures got pretty spread out in terms of initiative order. So, at the top of the round, Tiefa, it is your go. And Milo just looks at you. These are face spiders. I've heard of them, but I've never actually seen one in real life.
Kill them or not kill them?
Oh, totally kill them. They
Okay.
need us. This is not a good place.
All right. I am going to move so that I can get behind one of the pillars if I can.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hide.
Okay. Make a stealth
And...
roll.
Okay. 10.
Okay.
This dice is not doing me well tonight. And then I'm going to hold my action. I'm going to hold a crossbow attack until one of my friends is within melee with one of them.
Okay, sounds good. They are minding their own business. So next up is going to be Colin. The monk sorcerer.
A mink sorcerer. So I was just checking something real quick. They saw us, right? Very clearly. So they are down the spooky hallway. Can we see?
So you guys had been walking down the spooky hallway, and they appeared on pillars above where you guys were to the back.
Are you behind us?
Yes. And then seeing that, Tiefa, you saw her pull out her hand crossbow and then just double back to hide in the shadows.
Okay.
As I do.
With
Well-
your passive, you can see where she's hiding.
Yeah.
It's not
Everyone
like,
can see me.
clearly, this is more of like a rush job than a pre-planned, like, oh, I made the layout of the room. I know where to hide.
I don't do well on the fly.
Good hiding place. Tifa. I am going to. I guess I'm just gonna cast Armor of Agathis on myself
Okay.
as my action, and I'm going to move into a into not next to Tifa, but like away from Tifa, out in the open, So if they're going to attack someone, attack me.
All right.
But where
sounds
she
good.
could probably get an attack.
All right. So make a performance check to try and like, hey, look over here in the same way you would if there was like a bear and it was you and your friend.
Neener.
What is 16 plus 6 is 22.
All right. So, you just start like clanging pots and pans together, like just making a lot of noise to get this thing's attention, and it most certainly sees you. And is going to actually jump off from the perch where it was to come down and try and land on top of you. So it is going to make an attack. Ooh, I am sorry.
Oh boy.
Did you just crit hit me?
Ooh, critical hit.
Bad. That is not a good for friends. So you take 18 points of piercing damage.
Oh.
All right. Okay, then. You know.
And then
Casual.
make a Constitution save.
That's not the best thing I've seen all day. Oh, that was almost really bad. Oh my gosh. Oh, that went from a 3 to a 17.
Okay,
Oh my gosh.
17.
I got a 20.
And then you take 6 points of poison damage.
Okay, not feeling great.
Nope.
A lot of pain.
Couldn't do one of those again. So
And then make a dexterity save as this thing came down to bite at you. So whether or not you've been trapped upon the ground or if you were able to get out of the way in time.
I'm not going to be able to hit anything today, just so you guys know, because I just rolled a 23 there.
Okay. So yeah, you managed to back up out of the way to prevent it from just striking and pinning you against the ground. And then it just looks up at you. And normally spiders have a very, I want to say systemic way that their eyes grow in order to get a better field of vision for the front area. But these eyes just sort of seem to be like placed in the head, where there's not a whole lot of rhyme or reason as to why the eyes would grow the way that they did. And they just have these giant fat mandibles, which had originally bitten into you as it came down.
Well, those giant fat mandibles just took 5 cold damage, so...
Ooh, shit. Alright, so...
I'm like, hit it!
I'm going to hit it.
So that is where your held action triggers off. So make your surprise.
Well, are they surprised?
It would.
Am I hidden from them?
This one was would be surprised from you.
So I get advantage. Yeah. Is that how it works?
Yes.
Awesome. That's a 19 and a 2.
Yeah.
So,
19
yeah.
hits.
So I get sneak attack damage. Woo!
Yeah.
Woo! Okay. I'm using my crossbow, so that's a D8.
So much better than a dagger.
All right, that is 10 damage. No, 10 plus 2, so 12.
Okay.
Hey.
So this thing kind of shrieks out, and then you see kind of just the air around it just sort of shimmer, and then it folds in on itself with another poof, and it is gone.
Oh.
You're welcome. I got it.
Yeah. Oh god, just giant gash.
Okay.
It's fine.
There is
I'll have to
still
wear real
one
shirt.
of them still perched up on one of the pillars, but it is currently Su Long's turn.
So how far away is it?
It is currently up on a 20-foot pillar, about 10 feet away from. It'd be about 15 feet away from where you are.
Cool. So what Sulong does is he goes into I imagine like he wears these sort of shoulder holsters that like are under his arms, and he pulls out a paper talisman, throws it forward, and launches a guiding bolt.
Nice.
I'm gonna shift the guiding bolt from radiant to electricity, So that's lightning damage. Hope this
Using
hits.
your tactician
Wizard
yes.
ability, yes.
As you are playing the Unearthed Arcana Wizard.
Yes, I'm playing the School of Invention? Lore Master, yes,
Yeah.
it is. Lore Master. So 17?
Yeah, 17 hits.
Cool, that's 4d6. 7.
Say 4d6.
Yeah, it's a guiding bolt.
Damn.
Wait, I lost count.
You said 7 before you rolled that last.
Yeah, 7. 15 damage.
Woo! Okay.
Nice.
That thing looks messed up. He is not having it.
And so whoever hits it next gets
Advantage.
advantage on it, and Sulong goes back into his shoulder holster, pulls out another talisman, and slaps it on his quarterstaff, and casts Shillelagh.
Nice. I dig it. All right, so Viper, it is your move.
Alrighty.
Oh, I'm sorry. Could I also send Bolt over to Colin?
Yes, you can definitely send your little weasel friend.
Yes.
Okay. So Viper, very late to the party, is going to use a healing word on our injured sorcerer friend.
Thank you.
That's a bonus action, gives you a D4 plus my spellcasting modifier, which is for cleric spell. Oh no, it's bard. 4. So D4 plus 4 for your HP. And instead of attacking, use a commander strike.
Water is important.
So I'm
Water.
spending my superiority die, and let's see. Our rogue still has a reaction left. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. So spend a superiority die, and so essentially, what this looks like is that Viper will kind of point at our sorcerer and say, "Get up, you'll be fine." And then points at the spider and says, "There, it's weakened," and kind of like nods at the rogue. And you can go ahead and attack it.
Hey.
Nice.
Instead of Warband, we should just name this party Action Economy.
Real talk.
But I
And,
don't get.
Hmm?
I don't get sneak attack, right?
No, you do, because
You
if you
have
hit
advantage because of guiding strike.
or
Guiding bolt.
guiding bolt.
You have guiding bolt
Okay.
and
That's a 17. Just checking for crit. Another 17.
Yep, that hits.
Oh my god.
all right. And also you get to add my superiority die to your damage, so I'll tell you how much that is. 3.
This is let the rogue do her thing.
Get wrecked.
Essentially.
Ooh, okay. Almost max damage.
Damn.
That's 18 plus 2.
Yikes.
20
And
damage.
Viper could have run up to the sorcerer
Plus 3.
in a
so-
protective stance.
15. No, I'm sorry. What did I say? 20 plus 3, right? Because you rolled 3, so 23.
Okay.
Yikes.
So you look at me
How
and
are
say,
you
go,
removing
and I
this
go,
creature from your pillar or from its pillar? Because it's not going to be breathing after this.
yeah.
How you doing it?
I would like to, so as she was saying that, I was reloading the bolt, and I go, what? Okay. And I just do, and I want to I want to pierce it to the statue behind it.
Okay.
And then it goes limp.
Is it one of
I'm just
those
thinking.
like that's like your trained shot and firing, or is it just like, huh? Yeah. Oh, bam.
Yeah.
Like, you just,
Oh,
like-
yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah. And so you end up shooting it, and as you do, it looks like it's rearing up to also jump down on you guys, like the one before. And as it rears its head up, you just sink your arrow or crossbow bolt right through the bottom of its head. As it just pops up and seems to be stuck against the statue behind it in its more like aggressive style, but then its arms just kind of crinkle up towards the center as most spiders do when they die. And it's kind of just like oozing this weird blue blood as it is no longer moving.
All right. I'm gonna spin my crossbow, spin it, and like put it in my holster and be like,
Okay.
because I think I've done it, all of it.
All right, sounds good. So next up is going to be Tiefa. As the
I do
spider
that.
you just destroyed was the one that moved after.
Awesome. So I do that, and I walk out, and I stand next to Colin, and I go, that wasn't that hard at all. And that's all I do.
And as you say that,
There's
there
another
is that
one.
same as the spider from before that had vanished after critting on Colin rears up after what it saw you do to its friend and goes down to slash at you.
Tiefa releases a scream that you've never heard from her before.
That was almost another crit, but it ended up shifting back over to a 7.
Good.
So that means, does an 11 hit you?
No.
All right. So
AC 14.
it just stands there, like tries to bite out at you using this element of surprise, and it doesn't try. It can't move back into where it had been before. So it is just looking very threatening at you, Colin. It is your turn.
I am going to use Burning Hands. Just add it.
Oh no.
Okay.
Let's see, what do I have to do with Burning Hands? I've only ever done this on.
Okay.
Let's
So
see,
burning
how's your-
hands is a dexterity save,
Dexterity save. Yes.
which it failed. So
Okay.
find out how much damage you deal with burning hands, and then let me know.
Next time on Indoor Adventures.
36. Come on. That
Maybe we'll
is
call it that.
7. 3, no, let's do it the other. That one's easier. No, it's not. 7, 6, 13.
Okay, so
13 fire.
yeah,
damage.
you just like send out this flame jet from your fingertips, and you see that spider's entire top half just turn a very dark, burnt color as smoke just starts smoldering off of it, and its body just collapses on the ground in front of you guys. As you have deftly dealt with both of these ne'er-do-wells.
Oh, as Tiefa screams, I scream. And I cast a fire at it, just like almost instinctually.
Yeah, and both of your screaming has definitely caused Milo to scream as well, so it's just the three of you just...
What the? How did it do that? How did it do the thing?
So,
it's a...
probably should have mentioned... We were in a bit of a pickle, and you saw it before I could even really get it out, but face spiders are able to teleport between...
I take a swing at Milo with my quarterstaff. Not like actually to hit him, just like... "Ugh."
Like a grandma swing.
Yeah, like a grandma swing.
He goes to back up, but slips over his own robes and just falls onto the ground.
Oh, Milo, we literally just talked about this.
Information up front.
Was going to say what they could do, but then one disappeared and the other died. I didn't think it was going to be that big of an issue, but it turns out, win some, you lose some, but we seem to be on a really good streak right now. And I'm totally okay with that.
Yeah,
And he
totally
says, like, picking
okay.
himself back up from the ground.
Viper just kind of watches all of this happen in silence.
I shake my head and I'll roll some medicine checks on our hurt party members. See how they fare, because spider's venom, that sort of dealy.
That's true. By the way, I pulled out my character sheet and I was like, why do I have -6 to health? Because we haven't fought anything. And then I remember the spider dropped a body on me. Last. Thanks.
Fair enough.
Legal box.
Here we
Sniffle
go.
box.
The box just sort of wiggles its arms at you.
Terrible, terrible creature.
Huh. Hilarious. 16 for Tiefa and 17 for Colin for medicine checks.
Yeah.
Just to see if they're like, okay.
That is, there is no lingering poison. It doesn't seem like the poisonous effects of this spider really got to Colin at all. It looks like he was able to shake them off. And Tiefa was quick enough that she just dodged out of the way when it came to the spider actually trying to attack her.
I was too frightened.
Too shook.
Ah!
2 shook 5 me.
Right.
Okay. Oh, let's not do that one again.
Alright.
That's gonna scar. Okay.
So, Milo, what else do we have to look out for in this part of the temple?
Yeah, so why don't you explain it up front before we move forward?
Well, here's the thing.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
Are we
Because
past the point of...
Yeah,
where
no, that was like 2 rooms ago. I have no idea. But I do know that drow do things in 8s, and if we're in the 5th chamber, that only means that there's 3 more chambers that we would need to go to in order to get towards the magic spider.
Right.
Are there any more surprise spiders we should worry about? Because they never seem to do
Let's just assume that there's just fucking spiders everywhere.
That's a really good assumption.
Yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And some of them, maybe like a majority of them, want to eat us.
Also a very good assumption. I would say that is probably very on brand for what's happening within this temple.
Right.
All right, fearless leader, take us forward, shall we?
All right.
All right. So yeah, you walk through. You guys walk through just the remainder of this place. And are you grabbing anything from the phase spider body that you implanted on a wall, or the one that you burninated?
Is there anything nice on them?
There's spider parts. If that interests any of you.
Ooh, I have a vial. I can take some venom.
Mm-hmm. You
Ooh,
certainly
do
could.
that.
So
Yeah.
make a survival check to try and get the venom out of the spider.
I believe
Phase
you.
venom.
4.
All right. So you bring your knife up to try and cut into it, just to sort of get around the poison sac that it didn't ever get a chance to actually empty.
Right.
And as you bring your knife up, you feel it go in a little bit further than you were thinking, and then you just see this thick blue liquid just start pouring out of the side, and you bring your vial up to it, as just an instinctive, like, oh god, I hit the vein! Like, and you manage to cap off a half vial of phase spider poison.
You want like some napkins or something to wipe that off your hands, or?
No, it's all right. Then I pat him on the back with my hand and do the.
Yeah, there's just
And
like
then
this
I walk in.
blue, gross, very
And I move
very
on.
viscous liquid.
Eyes closed, just.
Only Tiefa.
Viper internally wonders why spiders bleed gray.
Oh no! Has she not noticed yet?
Oh no!
Oh, she got a nat
Oh,
1 on her check.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so like this temple
It's
is
just so
being-
dark in here. Everything looks
Yeah.
like it's black and white.
All
And,
right.
does anyone have colored hair or anything? I mean, I'm blonde, but
I have black hair.
Oh, I think I did. I think I had like red hair.
it's
really
very
hard to
dark
see
in
from-
here. It's very
Very
dark.
It's
Very
hard to
dark.
see from inside this
Yeah.
home.
I tell
Right.
Sulong, don't worry. What color are your robes, Sulong?
They're probably like greenish.
Like, don't worry. It matches. It blends right in. The blue blends right in.
Thanks.
You can make a perception check at the mention of the color blue if you would like to, Viper.
All right.
Especially in
Well,
regards.
that's a 1. So I guess I don't notice.
So as they're all saying this in the background, you have like your hand on your saber, just sort of surveying the next hallway, like very much like, no, we were hired for a job. I'm not gonna let anything distract me. And yeah, you are looking down the next hallway.
This is gonna be the reason why she does the whole like mysterious stranger act, because like in reality she's just a huge goober.
Excellent.
Alright.
Fake Cooper, yeah.
Next hallway.
Yep, slicing through webs, slicety slice.
Yep. So you guys progress for about 10 more minutes, just winding through hallways, cutting through webs, until the room opens up once more. And you see on the left side that there are 3 smaller sized holes that are just set on the walls itself that don't look... They aren't big enough to put your hand in, so you don't have to worry about that part.
Thanks.
But
Thanks for mentioning that.
yeah, there are just some holes on the side of the wall that look like they're either naturally forming or that they're just sort of set in a particular pattern. And then on the opposite side, you see that there is a large silver inlaid stone altar, and behind that there is a kind of like a concave part of the wall that has a very large spidery shape to it that looks like it would be a altar. And if you guys would like, you can make a religion check to look out for what kind of religious iconography you can spot.
Can I make a history check on it?
Yeah, you can make
Or
a
just-
history check if you want.
You got a
I'm gonna
natural
do
one.
that.
Okay, so 1,
I got an 11.
11,
I got a 16.
16, and what about you, Viper?
4.
All right, so the 11 and the 16, both of you have a very good idea that based on all of the times Milo has piped up mentioning that this is a drow holy site, as well as previously where he said Lolth's favorite layer was the abyss, that you can kind of piece together that this is a shrine to Lolth. And it just looks, yes, Lolth, the spider queen. And you can see that it is just kind of like this interwoven metallic structure, and each of the different parts of this have either gems or precious metals or some kind of valuable bit just kind of engraved and as part of this overall altar. And you can see that there are rubies, sapphires, emeralds, diamonds, just gems galore on this thing, as well as just other discarded religious memorabilia.
Is it big, or is it like I can walk
This-
up and maybe take some from the wall?
This like statue to Lolth is very large. It fills up the hole in the wall is a good like 7 foot, just sort of hollowed out section where this large statue is. But the religious iconography and everything like that is just sort of laid out, and you could go behind the altar and then if you wanted start picking gems off or anything like that.
Okay. I'm gonna wait until somebody walks in the room, and then I'm gonna go and go do that.
All right. Who would like to lead?
I'll throw my lights in there first.
Okay. Yeah, so
Sure,
it
we'll see.
lights up, and you see all of the dancing lights just sort of play to the glittering of the jewels as this sort of kaleidoscope effect starts taking place along the ground.
Okay.
Cool.
Well, who's going in first?
Yeah.
Viper will.
Well,
Okay.
Sword and shield out.
all right. So Viper, you're going in first?
Yep.
All right. So yeah, you walk in and nothing happens.
Cool.
There are no clicks, there are no twangs, there are no floors falling out from underneath you. And as you kind of start taking in your surroundings, Milo comes in and is also just sort of looking around. And he just sort of mentions to you, loud enough for the rest of the party to hear, not trying to make it quiet or secretive at all. Just, well, this seems like this was the main worship chamber for the Spider Queen. And so, well, I don't think that there would be any traps in here, as it would kind of be a dick move if you trapped a place where people were supposed to congregate all the time.
Well, to get here, there were a lot of traps. So,
It's kind of already a dick move.
right.
I
If
mean,
you
what's
were able
stopped
to
them
walk
from...
like a spider and knew which layer of the knew which plane that loft existed on.
That's fine. That's fine. That's
drown
fair.
knowledge.
Right. That you have not been using for us, but thank
Nope,
you.
not at all, because this is, one step at a time. I'm writing it
Right.
down,
Mhm.
so if anything happens to you guys, I can escape and then just find a new party to come back to.
Are we the first party that you've brought down here?
That's what I said in the city, yes. I got this journal from an
Insight
adventurer.
check.
Yeah, that is what you said.
Let's see. No. 13.
He seems like he's being honest. He hasn't tried necessarily to hold out on information from you guys during this adventure, but it does look like like you noticed when you first met him, he's not necessarily all the way there.
Right. Okay, cool. I am going to, as my subclass, I'm going to go look for clues. Because I can do that.
Whose clues? Tiefa's clues.
All right, so
All right.
yeah, make an investigation check.
I wrote so tiny. Sorry. Okay. Ooh. Intelligence is so 20. Modified 20.
All right,
Nice.
sounds good. So looking around, you.
I have a magnifying glass, by the way.
So yeah, you pull up your magnifying glass and just start eyeing into the 3 holes that are in the wall, and you can see that there are spiders moving towards the back of it. They don't seem to be coming out at you currently, but there are quite a few back there of just the light playing from behind so you can get a good look, and it just looks like a writhing part of the wall as all of it is moving and shifting.
There were 3 holes.
Yes, and each one of those holes seems to just lead into more spiders.
Okay. I am going to try and clog the holes. I have cloth.
Okay. Would any of your party members like to assist you in coming up with a solution to clog up these holes?
There are lots of spiders back here they're giving me the heebie-jeebies. So can we just plug the holes? Does anyone have anything for that? Like stone
Pepper's just
shape.
gonna point at our allied spider.
Ah.
Is that the type of spider that makes webs?
Yeah,
They could probably get through. that, though.
he's
There are spiders.
made 1 or 2 webs in his time. I haven't
Can he
really
make-
used them for a whole lot. Like, I don't have him make me a large web to repel down a canyon side or anything.
Can he
Have you made a web
webs
hammock?
that those spiders can't get through the holes?
Does anybody have any clay or wax or anything like that would be malleable enough that we could just fill the hole with?
I mean,
Because the
I
spiders
have-
might get through the webs.
I have this, and it's like a small candle for sealing letters with a signet ring.
Well, we could probably use we could probably close at least one of the holes with that.
I have that as well.
All right, so we can close 2 holes.
How many holes
Anybody
left?
else- is anybody else holding out with a candle that of sealing wax?
I have fine clothes, so I can just shove.
Yeah, you
Shove
can
some
definitely
of that
stuff
in
it
there.
full
Dress
of
in
there.
clothing.
But
I guess-
somebody owes me another dress.
Not it.
Michael.
Who's Michael?
Well,
Milo?
Michael.
I'll be sure. Well,
Point at
you
Milo.
can probably buy a very reasonable dress, an affordable dress with the money that I'm giving you. Probably nothing for Drow High Society, as that
Right.
would be very expensive. But for
Right.
200 gold, and also whatever you find here, you could probably find lots of stuff.
I thought they were giving us 800
Well,
gold.
200 gold per person, because there's 4 of you.
I don't think we agreed on how to split it, but that's fine.
Hey.
Fair.
I'm gonna go up and I'm gonna try to start dislodging the gems, and then I'm gonna stop for a second and look back and see if it's cool. Like, is Milo like?
No,
Okay,
no,
cool.
he actually is just like gives you the thumbs up, like yeah. That's
Yes.
exactly why I said you guys could take anything. None of this matters
Sacrilege!
to me.
Yeah!
All right, cool. I'm gonna try to remove as many as I can, unless
Yeah.
people are like eager to move on.
All right, are you looking for specific kinds of gems, or are you just like going all out on it?
I mean, I would like to take all of them, but knowing that we're gonna move on soon, I'm gonna try and go for like if there's a diamond, if there's like a sapphire, or like something that's more rare
Yeah.
than.
Can I help her since I have a proficiency in jeweler's tools?
Yes, you most
Ooh.
certainly can.
Look at you.
So yeah, make a. I'm gonna say a sleight of hand check, to get these out of their seating, or no, since you're just
Thieves'
checking,
tools?
investigation to look for specific oddity gems. As that was
At
your-
advantage or not at advantage?
with advantage because you were getting help from a jeweler.
Okay. Ooh, okay. That's 18.
All right. So yeah, you end up finding a plethora of pretty decent sized diamonds. There are a handful of emeralds, a handful of rubies, several sapphires, and then you find one gem in particular that looks very different than the others in that it is a like a matte jade. There's not a whole lot of luster on it. But it just looks like there's again like not a whole lot of luster within this particular gem.
Okay.
And looking closer up against it, you can see like you bring your eye very close to it and you just see these 2 kind of ghastly hands pressing up against the side of the gem, and just a little humanoid face just.
Oh no.
Am I touching this at this point?
No, you're just like looking at
Okay,
it.
I don't want to touch that.
No, this is like you get like you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get it, and you bring the knife up to kind of pop it out, and that's when
Yeah.
you see just like yelling face inside of a gem.
So, guys,
Oh,
come
no.
here. Look at this. It looks like a person.
Is that-
It looks like. Is it like
Hello?
a? Hello?
Can
What
you
kind
hear
of
us?
person does it
I
look
tap it with my knife.
Nothing
clink.
happens.
What kind of color gem is it?
It is a very dull jade.
Does anyone want to see if it's magical?
I mean, if we have the
Do an
outright
Arcana check.
Arcana check.
Yeah, you guys can. If you are skilled with Arcana, you can roll for Arcana. Otherwise, this would be beyond your general scope of things.
Look, not a cool one.
Hmm.
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 Anybody
Does
with
anyone?
Arcana?
Oh, I don't have Arcana checked, so.
I don't.
I'm
yeah,
not trained.
No, then this just seems like a very weird little spooky inside of a piece of jade.
I am going to attempt to take it and like catch it in a cloth.
Okay. Sure.
Why do I always play the characters who want to do the bad things?
Oh, dear.
I'm just gonna
sounds
stick
like
my arm in the hole. It's great.
So
That'd be
make
fun,
a
guys.
make a sleight of hand check to pop it out of its little holding area.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, that's not bad. That's 16.
Okay. Yeah. So you just and it goes into your cloth that you have, and you just wrap
I'm
it up
gonna-
in cloth and kind of shut it.
Put it in my pocket.
Yep.
And then I'm gonna try to take as many as I can.
Yep. So make another sleight of hand check with advantage because you will have help from your jeweler friend.
Cool. Oh god. Okay. Fine. Oh, they're both 11, so that's great. So that's 13.
All right. So with 13, you manage to get about 10 diamonds,
Okay.
3 sapphires, and 2 emeralds. But the rubies are just giving you more problems than they're worth.
Okay. I'm sorry. One more time.
So 10 diamonds,
Yeah.
and then it was
3
yes.
sapphires and how many?
2.
I believe I said 4 emeralds.
I'll take that number.
If you're watching this on a Twitch stream, you're like, Indoor, it was definitely this many.
Don't say that. Don't tell
worry
them.
about it.
Don't.
The last thing that the
Where was I?
GM says is look.
Yeah. Right. That's
Anything
law.
before that.
It's like really weird, like you got close and you saw the treasure pop in, you backed up and walked forward and you're like, oh, it's random. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I am. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and hang on to those. If anybody would like to stop me, you are welcome to. You all know me well enough to know that I'm probably like gonna be like, oh yeah, no, there were only 2 diamonds. That's all I grabbed.
Feel like, can I would like to work with a couple of those. Can I just,
Yes. What did you want?
I'll just take one of each.
Okay, that's fine. You do that.
And everybody, what is everybody else doing while Tiefa is busily popping gems out? And you can see Milo is sort of setting up a little resting area for himself.
Okay.
I'll join Milo.
We've been walking most of the day and through most of the night, and even though I am a creature of darkness, I still need my 4. Since I don't really sleep for 8. If you guys are in need of a rest, this area would probably be our best bet in order to catch up on some shut-eye.
Mm-hmm. We're all pretty tired.
Yep.
All right. What's the watch order?
I'll take first watch.
I could take second.
I can join who's ever on third.
How many watches do we need?
3.
All right.
Right?
Yeah. I'll be done with
Right.
my meditation in time for the 3rd watch, so I should
Okay.
be...
I'll take first watch with Tiefa. Cool. I'll take third with Milo then.
Excellent. All right. And then this would be a good time to take our first break. If you guys are in need of water, bathroom, or to just, in my case, get out of this god-awful heat for like 5 minutes.
Poor baby.
Get some cold water, dude.
That's what this is. Just a big-ass mug of water. All right.
I'll join you on that Stein life.
We are going to return in 5 to 10 minutes, so just hang on. And we shall see you guys soon.
Later.
All right.
Bye.
Bye. And we are back. And it's going to be a good time had by all. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for bearing with us through the break. I got some water and definitely rubbed a ice pack along the nape of my neck while this was all happening, because it shouldn't be this hot. No, hate it. That's neither here nor there, because where you guys are in a temple deep below the surface of the earth, it is actually extremely cool. And not just temperature-wise, according to Milo, because he thinks that this has been a rad expedition. And so, while you guys were also looking around and peeking out gems and everything like that, you also did manage to find some drow religious, I want to say merchandise, even though I know that's not the right term, but like a sacrificial knife. There's a candelabra. Yeah, artifacts.
Might be the right word.
Fetishes.
But not like, I'm gonna say fetishes, because that seems more along the line of what drow are about anyway. And artifact is also a power level for magic items, so I don't want to be misleading. But yeah, you guys find a bunch of drow memorabilia, and just based on rough estimates of how much precious metal was used into working with this, you would know that it is probably about 750 gold worth of just like random shit that if you sold to the right buyer, you could get for a decent price.
I think we could sell this bondage gear for like 75 gold.
No, that's the High Priestess's gear.
Right.
So about 80 gold, then?
We're terrible.
Yeah, so you guys have designated your watches. There is the first watch that is going right now, which was going to be, I believe, Sulong and Tiefa.
No, it's Viper Tiefa.
Viper
Yep.
Tiefa.
Yep.
Okay. So how are things? How's life in a tin?
In tin?
You're covered from head to toe.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
This is iron.
Apologies. I just, you have such a beautiful voice. I just would love to see your face at some point. I think it would match the beauty. No?
Oh, that's very kind. It's not worth dying over.
But you cannot live outside of your shell?
No, but you cannot live having seen my face. Viper gets out a lyre and starts plucking away at it.
I want to insight check that because I don't know what that means.
In the background. Take it off!
I got an 11.
Should I counter that?
Yeah, if you would like to make a deception check. Or
Ooh,
persuasion.
I actually might be trained in that. Watch me roll a 1.
20.
Let's see. I am not trained in that. I've gotten 9.
So you rolled a 9, or you just have...
I rolled a 9.
Okay, so it was a 9 versus an 11?
Yeah.
No plus charisma?
No, I rolled low.
That's fair.
I rolled a 7. I got 9.
So what is the end goal for this? You are trying to get Viper to
I'm
remove
trying
the
to.
helmet?
I need to know what she looks like. I need to know.
All right, so that is entirely up to you, Viper. So you have felt not necessarily that you can't trust these people, but more like you do care about them in your own way, and you are worried about the repercussions of being able to freely show your face wherever you go. In this moment, under the temple with everybody not really paying attention, if you felt safe about showing your face to Tiefa one way or the other, you totally can. If not, I mean, that's entirely on you if you don't want to take off your mask. I'm not going to be like, and they do it! Like... No, that's entirely up to you. But the way that Tiefa is more inquiring about it, seems more like this is almost out of curiosity now, based off of your encounters in the rooms. As each time you would just walk in and then walk back out and not really say a whole lot about what happened to you during that time.
Well, you rolled an insight against.
Yeah, so you are lying about me having to. You said that I would die if I saw your face, or I wouldn't want to live if I saw your face.
Something along those lines. I think you, by succeeding on that insight check, I think that you gather the fact that she's trying to scare you away from trying to see her face.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, kind of like if you saw my face, I'd have to kill you, kind of way.
Right.
Not
have any of that.
Yeah, you call that
Yeah.
bluff like that. Like she couldn't hurt a fly, much less.
Yeah.
Like this is a very idle threat.
I've seen you fight before. This is nuts.
Oof.
I mean, you're very capable, but I know how you fight. That's what I'm saying. And if it makes you feel better, I can share a secret with you if you share your secret with me. I have lots of secrets.
You assume that I want to put my nose where it doesn't belong.
Might give you better insight of who I am and where I come from. Afraid or not, it is up to you. I could sit here and roll my dice for a couple hours.
And
what
in
we're already
return for
doing.
this secret, you want...
I want to see your face. I really, really want to see your face. Like, more than I've wanted any other secret that I've come across. Well, no, but it's up there right now. It's like top of the list thing I want to do right now.
Solid 2.
It's solid. It's at least a 7 on the scale.
7.
In this cave, it is the top priority I have. Currently.
Viper actually does laugh. Like... and, like, kind of lets down that stoic, facade for a moment. Just like, why?
Because I have not seen it, and because you won't let me see it, and I really want to see it.
She turns away for a second, and you can hear the clink of metal. And she turns around, and she has lowered her face guard enough that you can see her eyes.
Okay,
What color are they?
what color are they?
One is really dark black, and the other is like this vibrant blue, and you can see like bruised blue scar tissue around that eye.
So I get a little bit uncomfortably close because you're just giving me like this, and
Yeah.
and it's dark and I can't really. So I just like get up to you and say,
She's got like really dark skin. aside
"Yeah,
from-
you are human though, right?"
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that was one thing I wanted to confirm for sure. So, all right. I mean, that's a little secret. That's not all that I asked for, but I appreciate what you did. So I will give you a little bit of my secret. And I'm going to take off a necklace that I've been wearing, and I'm going to flip it over. You've seen me use it before, but you've never actually seen the other side of it. It has a very ornate D in it. That I usually flash to people when we go to like bars and stuff, if I think that I can use that to either get us rooms or to get free drinks or something like that. But it's kind of like a family crest sort of thing. I don't know if she would know what it means.
Should I roll anything for that?
You could make a history check.
All right. Let us see. I'm actually trained in that.
Yeah.
Oh, and as always, I rolled poorly. That's a 5 total.
Oof.
I mean, showing you a letter on a chain could mean a lot
I'm
of
guessing
things.
this holds meaning. She says, looking down at it.
Yes, it's my family's crest. It's the Nardo family.
Hmm.
They my
And-
father runs the family.
And this is a secret.
Yes, because he is not a very good man, and the things that he does, not very good. And I used to help him do them. So the law, if you will, is not on my side.
Viper will clink that mask back up over her eyes and say, "You and I have very similar problems."
Is that why you keep your face covered? To hide from the law?
It is for the safety of others.
Is it like a magic problem, or like is it contagious?
As far as I know, this is a one-time thing. A scar, a wound,
Right.
not an affliction.
Right. So you're more worried about like I see your face and I go ah, not like I see your face and then I turn to stone.
No. I worry that you see my face and recognize it or tell others.
See, I saw your face. I did not recognize it, and I'm not going to tell others. You saw my thing. You don't recognize it, and I assume you're not going to tell others. So, good trade. I start rolling dice. I don't offer for you to play, by the way. I'm just rolling dice myself.
Yeah, she'll probably go back to playing her little lyre.
Okay, that worked out a lot better than I thought it was going to. I thought like I was gonna have to like seduce her down the line and like play this really long game to like get her to take off her armor, and then as soon as like we're in the moment and you take off your armor, ha, and then just run away.
I win.
You have to do her. You have to do her
Play the
loyalty
long game.
quest. You have to pick all of the right dialogue options.
Exactly.
Give her the gift on Valentine's Day.
Yes, yeah. Make sure it's the right kind of
It has to be
flowers.
before
Make
6
sure
Remember
stats
p.m.
are correct.
Cool. I'm done. That's all I want.
And then later on down the line, she breaks your heart and tells you she's a god and returns to the veil. God damn it, Solus.
Spoilers.
It's been like 5 years.
All right. Should we roll for the watcher? Or is it a calm watch?
this is a very calm watch. As Milo had said, this drow holy site seems to be very quiet. And again, you guys are the first travelers here in you don't even know how long. Like there are no other footprints in dust or anything like that where you guys are. It seems like it's been abandoned for hundreds of years.
Can I just double check the holes before I go to sleep to make sure that they are
Yeah.
still covered? Okay.
Make an investigation check.
Plus intelligence, 7.
All right. So with your 7, it looks like the holes are pretty well covered. Doesn't look like anything could possibly get out to actually like from all of the spiders in there. It looks like their pathway out of these tunnels is thoroughly blocked. So if there was going to be another thing coming at you guys, it would have to come from somewhere entirely different.
Cool. I'm gonna tuck in. Oh, we're gonna wake up Colin.
All right.
Yeah,
And Sulong, no, you were Sulong was with
Milo.
Milo, yeah.
Yep.
Before as you guys wake me up and before you go to bed, Viper, you'll see me like I'm just like even when I'm asleep, you might have seen me just like scratch at an area on me. unconsciously as I slept, and when I wake up, it's just like it's more apparent that something is just itchy. And so where the spider bit me, it was he bit right through one of my scales, so it's like it's just kind of itchy right now. And so I try to like pull it out and I can't, and so I'm like, Viper, can you help me out? Can you help me like pull this out? It's just like really just like itchy. It's like a red dragon scale. That's just a little broken. Can you just get that out for... Oh no.
Is this normally here?
Yeah. When you look at me, when you first met me, you would have seen I'm just like covered with red dragon scales in certain places. Coming out from me. My body.
Alright. Viper will put a gloved hand over one of the scales and try to pull it out. Or rather, the afflicted scale.
She's wearing metal gloves. Yeah, surgery, you
Just
got
use them
it.
like tweezers.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yes, just pull. I'll go this way. All right. 1, 2, and 3.
And then pull.
Yeah.
Ow.
Make a medicine check.
Oh, good.
Hello.
You're gonna be okay.
It'll
Don't
be
worry
with
about
advantage because Colin has very much like identified the problem area for you. Been like, no, just this one, please.
Done all the work for me already.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, let's see. I'll guidance myself too, just for
Okay.
your sake.
Thank you. I mean, she seems strong, right?
Looks
Well, okay.
be deceiving.
18 plus 4 is 22.
Yeah.
Plus my medicine, which is... Oh, I'm actually... I'm actually trained in medicine. 24.
Yeah, no, so you managed to very easily kind of get this scale out. It almost seemed like it was loose on Colin's body, but as you remove it, there doesn't seem to be any extra tearing of the skin around it or anything like that. And you then... this is more of applying a bandage on it afterward. From your time that you spent in the military, you got very used to being kind of like I want to say a field medic in a pinch, where you weren't necessarily the designated field medic, but you knew your way around a medicine cabinet enough that you would be able to properly heal somebody if they came to you hurt.
Right. And she kind of like dotes the entire time, kind of like asking, did you get any sleep? Are you still okay for the watch? Like, are
Yes.
you still injured? Like, is there
I mean-
anything else I can do for you?
I mean, yes, kind of to all of those. I did sleep well. I'm still a little tender, but I'm sure I'll be fine in the morning.
Alright.
I just probably get a scar, but you know, people like scars sometimes. Another scale will come in there. Feel free to keep that one. People tell me they're easy to sell. People see red dragon scales and they're like, "Oh man, that's so valuable. Here's a few gold for it." Feel free to keep it.
Yep, she'll tuck that away somewhere.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Viper. That was surprisingly better than I was expecting. No offense. Oh, I just really needed to get it out, and I think you're the strongest, at least out of you and Tiefa.
Very common misconception. I am not strong at all.
But you are in a large metal suit. It takes strength to carry that thing around.
Or dexterity. She just kind of stalks away.
I mean, strength. It would be strength, wouldn't it? As I say to myself. Very heavy. I will take my watch, just playing with fire.
All right, and Bolt is keeping you company at this point.
Blip.
Yep, just this little familiar weasel, just hanging out with you during your watch, and you kind of make the fire grow and then simmer down until it's just embers, and then grow really brightly again, and just kind of entertaining yourself through the flames as you progress through your watch, and it goes by
Hey, Bolt,
uneventfully.
do you want to see something cool, Bolt? I'll take I'll take out my short sword, and I'll make it douse in fire, and then be like, all right, watch this. And then I do the trick I used to do at the circus, and I will eat the sword on fire.
And you see Bolt's make a performance check.
One.
And suddenly we're down in an adventure.
Watch
For some
this.
reason, Viper
and then it
bolts
just
upright
fades
in
to,
bed.
like, the bell
We
ring.
all wake up in the morning and we're like, what the?
Viper's mom senses are tingling.
Mom, Colin's playing with fire. Yes.
It's too quiet.
18.
What happened?
18. Yeah, so Bolt just looks at you with little wide weasel eyes, and you see the slits or the little irises just like turn to tiny dots as the bright flame just extends from the sword, and you lean back, and with the training that you've had over multiple years of being a sword swallower in the circus, you manage to just bring it down to the hilt. Just and you pull the sword back out.
When I take it out, there's no fire on it anymore.
Little weasel clap.
The weasel is intelligent enough to know that that's impressive.
Yeah, he's a familiar
Anyway.
with fire.
Oh, that's true.
He's very
I'll
smart.
take my bow.
He's sweet.
He's smart.
Yeah, no, he as much as he tries to convey, he is very impressed. After you kind of bow to him, he starts doing like little jumps and loops on the ground to just show how excited he is at the performance that you just gave.
Hey, I could teach you some of these things too. Not the eating part. No, not that part.
He
No.
kind of like shakes his top half no.
But we could do like a little show. Oh man, I've met so many people at the circus. I could get like a little ring, and like you could jump through it. And then when you get good at that, I could set it on fire, and people would go
He
crazy.
quickly shakes his head no as soon as you mention
Aw.
fire.
Oh, it's so cool. All the other weasels would love it.
All the lady
Weighs
weasels
his
love
options. Then nods.
We'll work on it slowly.
And if you want, you can spend the remainder of your watch just kind of teaching Bolt how to jump through a hoop.
I will absolutely do that.
Oh,
Too
yeah.
long will be so like impressed with you. Both so
In the
impressed.
distance, you're grounded. Bolt disappears.
Oh.
All right. So, yeah, your watch goes by uneventfully, other than that initial sword swallowing act for Bolt. So at that point, Milo wakes up from his trance, and the entire time he's just been looking at Snicklebox, who has just been looking at him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they've just been off in a corner, just trancing.
That would have been so awkward.
Has glow sticks.
He looked at me, and I looked at him.
And then he kind of like straightens out his robes a little bit. All right. It was Su Long who was going to be on watch with me, right?
Jesus Christ! Yes, he will. He will be
Okay. And he goes over to Su Long and he wakes you up.
Do you hear like this very exasperated? I
Come on, buddy, it's time to watch.
don't wanna. He's like dragging himself up by the quarterstaff.
And yeah, you if you would like, you can have Bolt perform his little hoop jumping game that you've taught him before
I'll be
going
like,
to
"Su-
sleep.
You're gonna be so proud. Look at what I taught Bolt. All right, buddy. Okay, you ready? Ready? And I'm going to just like throw up just a little bit the ring, not too high so he can't go through it, but just like a little bit so it looks like it's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
That's
No, and while it is in the air, Bolt just jumps through this hoop.
and I'm like, yeah.
And you see him just...
good job, Bolt. So impressive, right? Right? And like, I don't look at Bolt and I'm like, see, I told you he'd be super impressed.
Yeah. Sulong's gonna like just reach down and have Bolt scurry up his arm and around his neck so he can sleep.
Aw. Yeah, and you guys, you end up going to sleep rather quickly, and then it is just you, Milo, and your 3 sleeping companions in this chamber to the drow.
So there's coup de grace in this game, right?
So how asleep are
The
they?
worst.
Do I have any knives?
Can I just go foomp, foomp, foomp? No. Actually, Sulong will reach into his pack and pull out like this small little writing stand, basically, and he'll kneel down and he'll start writing on the pieces of parchment that go inside of his shoulder holsters.
Okay. And as you start writing, you've been writing for about an hour into your watch now, just working more on your spell talismans, and then you hear a "What you doing?" and you look over and you see that Milo is holding Snicklebox like he's an 8-year-old who needs his protection animal,
Endearing and terrifying.
and it's just this horrific spider. Just...
There's like this like. I'm currently writing, making some talismans for my spellcasting. I had to use some of them during our last encounter with your spider friends.
Oh, yes, the phase spiders.
Right.
Well, if you'd like, I'm a little bit of a writer myself. Could I write next to you? I know that we can't work on the same thing, as too many spiders in the web, you know. Or what is it? What
Spoils
is...
the fly.
That's the one. But if you would like, I could keep you company.
Weighs his options. Scoots over a little bit to make room for Milo.
And Milo sits down on the ground and pulls out a what looks to be like a piece of board to write on, and sets it on a little harness that Snicklebox has on its back. And then Snicklebox like props his little not little, but he props his mandibles up in the front to kind of create an angled desk for Milo to start
That's
writing.
kind of dope. So what are you working on, Milo?
Well, I'm just sort of trying to keep a journal of everything that we've seen and that we've been to. I was able to get a good understanding of the picture of the world spider, but other than that, I just want to fill out this journal, so that way, I'll be able to find my way back to this place if anything happens. Not that anything will. You guys are really strong. Like, this is easily the best 800 gold I've ever possibly spent. I'm not going to put all of my chickens in a basket.
Wouldn't it be spiders in a web?
That is true. See? See? Drow idioms. This guy gets it. And he sort of like says that to the 3 sleeping bodies.
I mean, where I'm from, we kind of use philosophical idioms. That's the right word for them. There's something for every occasion.
Exactly. There's always going to be a phrase, there's always going to be a saying, and there's always going to be something that you can possibly remember to talk to. Or to, at least to say something in a situation. Especially if it's something relating to a trap or a puzzle that then some people, and he looks over at Tiefa, might give you issues for later if you don't say it fast enough.
You know, Milo, everyone makes mistakes. Don't let it get you down too much.
Well, we are in the 6th chamber. There's only 2 more to go. And I think that we can do it. I think that we can really get through this. You've been really nice, Sulong. Thank you. If you were a drow, I would have suggested that my sister be married to you years ago.
I don't know much about drow culture, but I would have gladly accepted it.
Oh, they eat you.
They'll eat you.
It's like a mantis situation. Ah!
Yes, we finished banging. Now eat my head.
This is what I live for.
Yeah, baby! How?
So yeah, you guys just have this kind of quiet, very candid conversation over the next few hours while you finish your watch. And nothing is out of the ordinary during this watch. There's no spiders just appearing out of nowhere to bite at you. There's a
Except
surprising
for me.
lack of webs in this room as well. Like it's very. This is the most well kept room that you've been in during this time. But yeah, your guys' watch comes to an end, and all right. Well, do we want to go and wake up the others?
How long has it been?
You're like your watch has passed over. It's time for everybody to wake up for the most part.
Okay, yeah,
Yep.
sure. I'll start rousing everyone up. Tiefa last.
All right. So yeah, both Colin and Viper, you both get woken up, and Viper, you're just sleeping in full armor, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, sounds good.
She's got kind of like an undersuit type thing that
Mhm.
she wears under her armor.
I wear armor under my armor.
She's got Under Armour. Hey.
Ah.
Hey.
But yeah, she's probably she probably sleeps in
Her armored jammies.
since they're in a dungeon right now, and spiders might come and try to lay eggs in their ears or something.
Did you know that you swallow a spider every night?
Do I really?
Delicious.
I don't know. I was just
I can
Not
have
if you
your
wear a
powers.
mask.
All right. Well, there's only a few more rooms left, so would you guys like to head out now, or do you have any other preparations that you need to do?
food.
Make sure you eat. A full stomach is very important.
Breakfast is the meal of champions, as Viper would say.
And they
Right.
have,
Yeah.
which is why you're saying it now.
Consume.
Food.
All right.
Food.
We have dungeon rations.
Yeah, you guys eat a hearty breakfast of dungeon rations, and pack all of your gear up. And Milo leads you to the next room.
Hey, Milo.
Yeah.
So when when we're going through these rooms and everything, you keep saying that, well, if you have a spider, then you can go through anything without a problem.
Yeah.
So why do you need us? I'm concerned at this point about the sacrificial aspect to any of this. So
Did you see those spiders that were kind of phasing in and out of reality?
right.
A big spider on my back won't do shit against those, and I will
Right, okay,
die.
all right, just I'm covering the bases. I want to make
Bases
sure.
totally covered.
Okay. So you're not going to kill us at the end of
No,
this, or attempt to. Okay.
In my right mind, I would never do anything to harm you guys. You have all seemed very, very friendly and nice.
Viper kind of stands ominously behind him, and will put a hand on his shoulder and say, "It's all right. Even if he tried to kill us, we would kill him first."
Right.
Well, that's horrendously reassuring in the worst way possible. But thank you.
All
If
right.
you killed me, you wouldn't get any money. At least not from killing me.
Well, we won't have to, because you won't kill us.
Here's hoping.
But, all right, Mento.
She just kind of gives his shoulder a friendly little shake.
Let's move on. Two more
her
to go.
Two more. All right, and you guys progress into the next room.
Oh.
and- yeah.
Over the long rest, remember you can roll your hit dice to restore HP if you've lost any.
That's short rest. You regain all of your hit dice and
Oh,
you
okay.
regain all your health and spell slots on a long rest.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we did have a long rest, didn't we?
Yes.
Ooh, spell slots! Yay!
Alrighty, so
I mean, I don't have spells.
What
you
spells?
encourage really well.
I refreshed my talking abilities.
Your social energy just refreshed.
You're just an
Viper's an
introvert.
introvert.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, you guys go into the next room, and Milo says that he will actually. You guys have all taken turns leading through these rooms, and he can lead, as he seems to have found himself a short sword amongst the drow artifacts or drow relics that you guys had found, and he is fairly certain that he can cut through the webs. To lead you guys, if there are any webs or anything like that. And going into the next room, yeah, there's a shit ton of webs, just covering the walls, covering the ceiling, covering the floor, and it's actually very difficult to move for the rest of you, but Milo is having Snicklebox lift him up in more of like a dome-like shape where his little legs are kind of dangling in the middle as he's just sort of waving the sword back and forth. Just slicing through these webs. And yes, I did hit my hand on the back. If that sound came through, but don't worry,
Never
I'm
would have
fine.
noticed.
But yeah, so 3 of you have passive perception 11, correct? Or
12.
12.
Yeah, so with your 12, the 3 of you would notice that on the walls of because it's just a very long chamber, it's very narrow, it's about 15 foot wide, and then I want to say about 40 feet long, but there is etchings in the wall similar to how they were on the outside of this temple when you first arrived, and looking at it you can see just that it's almost like the Greco-Roman style of painting, where it looks like the etchings are the start of what would be a story. And Milo's just no attention being paid, just kind of trailblazing forward through this.
Nothing valuable on the walls.
Not that you can see. But if you guys would like to make investigation checks to learn more about the etchings on the walls, you can.
Sure, why not?
Or if you're just like, man, fuck them, like, that's totally fair too.
I didn't see them.
I have
I'm like, fuck 'em, because my roll is not great.
18 total.
12.
All right, so Viper, with your 18, you've cleared off more of these webs, and you can see that again. It's what you had seen initially was the start of a story, and in this first picture, you can see that there are a group of drow, or what look to be drow. You can safely assume drow on this one, as you're in a drow temple, and these are elf style looking caricatures, and they are all standing in front of a very large spider that is wearing a tiny crown on its head that you would assume would be the magic spider. And in that first picture, you see them prostrated on their knees with their arms raised above their heads, almost in worship. And then you clear off some more webs after a little bit, still hearing the swish of Milo's blade. And in the second picture, you can see that the elves this time have... there are some that are still bowing down, but they seem to be facing another group of also drow-styled characters. But these ones have swords raised in their hands above their heads in a very aggressive stance. Almost like they would be confronting the magic spider himself. And as you clear off even more of this wall, you can see that the magic spider has his two front mandibles raised with just a very, like, 1980s comic style, like, ray gun effect magics coming from his hands down, targeting these drow that had raised up arms against him. And then as you clear off the edge of the wall, you see that these, again, just through the story of this picture, that these drow became crumpled into small piles on the ground and then came back with the lower half of a spider but the top half of a drow, just fighting amongst themselves, with the ones that the magic spider dealt magic stuffs to being these weird, almost centaur-like creatures, but with the lower half being spider and the top half being drow. And if you would like, you can make an Arcana check. And anyone who is looking at this mural can make, or that is looking at these etchings, can make an Arcana check as well. Or a History check.
Ooh, I could do that.
Everyone's like, oh, thank God, History!
Yeah,
Which,
I'm a
as
history
a History
buff.
major, makes me very happy.
15.
Dark in here.
All right, so 15.
Yep, 15.
22.
What
I know things.
about you,
Not
Viper?
very good at this. 6.
All right. So you've uncovered
that's
it, and you're
weird.
like, what kind of weird pop culture etching is this? Everybody else knows that this is that these spider-bodied creatures are what are known as driders, and driders are typically the result of the curse of a spidery god that causes a drow to merge with a much larger spider to become kind of a twisted caricature or a twisted creature of what it was previously. And also, the three of you with your perceptions of 12 notice that you do not hear the swinging of Milo's blade. And looking at the end of the room, you can see that the doorway exiting this room has been cleared, and Milo is nowhere to be seen.
Oh no.
Shit.
Yeah.
Go.
Viper's gonna get out her sword and
Yeah.
rush in the direction that she last saw Milo and just try and find him.
Yep, I cast Armor of Agathis on myself.
Okay.
I'm casting my shillelagh.
All right.
Literally just yelling for Milo.
All right, so yeah, you guys just rush forward through this room into the next area, and you see a large, almost empty chamber. This chamber is about 60 feet from the door to the very back wall, and towards the very end of it, about 50 feet in, there is just a singular stone pedestal with a red pillow sitting on top of it, and on top of that pillow is a very tiny black body that has a little glittering crown on top of it. And next to him, you see Milo wearing Snickelbox as a backpack reach down and grab the crown with his two fingers and just flick the body of the spider away. And he just looks at the crown with this almost dark intent in his eyes as he looks at it, and a smile plays across his face. And you've seen him smile, and you've seen him be very passionate about what he's talked about, but this is something that you guys have not seen before, which is just that malintent in his eyes. And as he raises it above his head to look at it more closely, make perception checks.
How far away is he from us?
He is about 50 feet away from where you guys are currently.
Damn it.
Damn it.
Fucked. Perception, you said?
Yes, perception.
17.
17, 10. PB, what was yours?
14.
14.
I think Wings got us. Yeah, there we go.
What did you get? Sorry.
16.
Okay, so anybody who scored higher than a 12 sees the little black body that had gotten flicked away is just this tiny spider, but you can see from the light of the drift globe that has been following you guys that Milo had given you, the shadow hits against this body no bigger than like the inside of my fingers here. But the shadow plays up about 40 times what the actual size of this little spider body is, and you see 2 large mandibles come up and then point outwards towards Milo as a wave of magic extends outward from this tiny little body and washes over Milo, and as he does, he drops the crown from his hands. And as he drops it, he starts grabbing at his chest and coughing as you see Snickelbox's arms dig into his chest, and the mandibles that had been resting on his shoulders just also dig into his body as he falls onto the ground. And he falls behind the pedestal, so you can't really see his body that well, but the drift globe is just playing with these shadows across the wall, and you can see him writhing in pain as these spidery legs dig into his body as his size begins to swell and get bigger, until after 10, 15 seconds or so, you see standing behind this shrine as 3 of you would know, a Drider. One of you did not roll so well on that check. However, it is stop.
Spider Centaur.
Yes.
Oh no.
Spitor.
And you see this. It looks like Milo's face. His glasses have fallen off, and his hair is looking a little bit wilder. And you can just see 2 slits below his eyes, and then another slit set above where his eyes are. And he just looks around with a much more elongated face now, and picks up the sacrificial blade that he had found in the room with you guys, and just begins looking around, not seeming to pay much attention towards you, and is instead trying to find this other spider. So I would like for all of you to roll initiative as you walk into this horrific scene.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
I will call him Snickolo.
Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
18.
that's right.
22.
Ooh.
All right.
17.
Oh shit!
Oh, I got 22 as well.
Damn.
What's
Ooh.
PB? What's
Wow.
your dex?
It was me.
My dex.
Oh, sorry. I'm not actually looking at you guys right
Yeah,
now. I'm going by voice.
it's 15.
15? I have a 16.
All right. So Tiefa
I
and
am
Viper, you
more
guys are most certainly going first in the round.
Aw. Milo, I actually liked him.
I know, right?
Do we have to kill him?
We'll try not to.
And as you say that, you look over and you just see him.
I think we have to kill him.
God, I really
And his
wanted
lower
That's his
jaw,
friend.
his
Okay, then.
jaw extends way lower than it's supposed
Oh God, no.
Ooh,
Okay.
he does like
See
the
these-
predator
to.
thing.
Yeah, and he has like these 2
Yes,
giant fangs
come
on
on,
top
Milo.
and 2 on bottom.
Mm-hmm. Is there any place? Like,
Sorry.
is it? It's a big open room, right?
It's a very large open room, yes.
Okay, so there's just the pillar in the middle.
Yeah. And it's more towards the
high.
back. There's about, from where the pillar is, there's about 10 feet from the pillar to wall.
Right. Okay. If you want to go first and get close to it, then I can. That's
Where's
what
that? Where's that little spider?
He flew off towards the right side of the room, and looking over towards where he was, you just see this tiny little body crawling up on the wall towards the ceiling.
Okay.
Oh, it's like alive.
Yeah.
Is he? Well, actually, might be better. I'll phone a friend. Do you guys think that I should try and get the spider, or do you guys think that I should go and engage Milo?
Or get the crown.
Milo's got the crown, right?
No, he dropped
fell
it.
to the ground, yeah.
You dropped the crown. Okay. I might be better off. Okay. Yeah. Here's what I'll do. Viper will kind of crouch low and look over her shoulder at the rest of the party and say, "Get that spider. Keep it away from Milo." And then she'll charge towards him, her sword out.
Okay.
Good luck, have fun.
All right, so if you went your full movement, you would still be about 20 feet away from where he was.
All right. She'll get to that point, kind of beat her sword against her shield to get his attention, and then point at him and yell, "Tiefa!" And I'll do another commander's strike.
You told me to get the spider, now you want me to get this thing?
You can do two things at once.
I did not hit.
All right,
I
great.
rolled a 2.
Okay.
I'm confused by your orders, okay?
It's one of those, like, the name got called out, and before you realized it, you had already shot from the hand crossbow. Just like,
Stop it!
did you Pavlov train me when I wasn't paying attention?
That's it.
All right, I will try to be very aggressive and Stonewall.
Cool. I am gonna go and try and get this spider, because that's away from that thing.
All right. So make a perception check before you determine that action or that course of action.
Okie dokie. Oh, that's not bad. It's a wisdom, so that's 16.
All right. So you look over and you can see that that little spider has crawled up to a corner of the room that's about 20 feet from the ground, just off in a corner, and he doesn't seem to be. He seems to be in a safe spot for now.
Okay.
Yeah. So it seems like it would take a lot more. It would take a lot of effort to try and
To get yeah. Then I am gonna go. Did I see where the crown landed?
You saw the crown fall behind the actual pedestal where the spider had been camping out previously. And with your 16, you would see that it's kind of glinting on the ground behind that.
Cool. I'm gonna go for that, because it's by a pillar that I can hide behind.
Okay.
So I'm going to use my action to dash, and I'm going to use my bonus action to hide.
Okay.
Good night, D.
Well, if you cough on me for another attack, I'll be able to do it. Where did she go? Behind the only pillar in the whole place. That's a 22.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
Milo is very
I
distracted.
run into the shadows, yeah.
He does not seem to notice. He is more scanning the upper walls, the upper crevices, trying to find where this spider is.
So you guys see me run into the shadows, and instead of like you look for me on the other side, and there's just nothing.
All right. So next up is going to be Colin.
Oh, right. That's the name of my character.
You wrote this.
I did. It was remember, it was an accident.
Oh, right. That's right.
That
You're
name.
like.
Yeah, that sounds nameable.
Sounds like a name. It's a name.
That's a thing.
All right. So there's a spider up there. I can't fly. It is safe. And Milo has lost his goddamn mind. So I'm gonna try and hurt him. So I am going to no, not that one. That's the wrong one. No, that was the right one. I'm going to get how far away can I do this? I am going to get into a not terribly dangerous position that is within 90 feet of Milo Spider, and I'm going to cast Chromatic Orb.
Okay. Yeah, there is not there. So this room is about 60 by 40. There's not a single place in this room that you would not be able to target him.
Okay, well, so I will get like within like 60 feet of him.
Mm-hmm.
Not next to Viper, but like 20 feet-ish near Viper. And yeah, I'm gonna cast that, which is a spell attack,
Do it.
which means I roll things. I think.
I believe.
I believe.
Ooh, that's a 17 without my modifier.
Damn. Done
Nice.
I don't know what my modifier is. Do I have to the 17 hit?
It's
Yeah,
a
17.
2.
17 is a hit. Your
Okay.
2 hit will be your casting stat plus your proficiency bonus, though.
Oh, okay. Oh, 3d8. Oh, I think I only have one d8. Is this my d8?
So
No, that has a 9
Is it
on
a diamond?
It's a diamond.
The
That's
diamond.
a 6, not a 9. Alright, so it is this one. Ooh, starting off strong. Oh, okay. 8 and 6. 14 fire damage.
nice.
Okay. Yeah, so it peppers him across the chest, and he just sort of rears back, and you see the legs that once belonged to Snickelbox also rear up and then set themselves back right. And he just looks at you with this maliciousness in his eyes. You will not take it. And he just rears his sword and looks at you as he says this.
Okay, alright. Milo. It's nice knowing you. And I don't have a bonus action. That'll be my turn.
Okay, sounds good. So next up is Sulong.
Welp. So Sulong's going to take a talisman out of his pocket and put it on his chest and cast Expeditious Retreat.
And leave
Thanks.
you all for dead.
Bye!
Bye, zip. No, I like to think aesthetically, like the talisman like burns up and it starts crackling around him like electricity, and he will start running towards the Snickle Boxo.
Okay,
Yeah, double move, get close.
sounds good. So yeah, you move up and you are right on him, and then you were able to double move, or was that a move action and then?
It's a bonus action to apply the Expeditious Retreat. So on my next turn, I'll be able to fully utilize it.
Okay. And then do you have any action that you would like to do now? Yeah.
Oh wait, no, actually,
Because you can do
actually-
a cantrip spell. Or
redacted. I'll use the Expeditious Retreat on my next turn.
Okay.
I'll launch from where I am. I'll move forward and then use an action. I'll move forward 30 feet, then use an action to cast Guiding Bolt.
Okay.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I want.
That's the
Action
one.
economy.
Good night. Sorry, I thought I muted myself.
You're fine.
Okay.
What'd you get?
1.
Yeah. So your guiding bolt, you hold up your the talisman that you had written for your guiding bolt, but in a moment of memory, this was the talisman that you had been writing out last night when Milo had asked what you had been writing down and had seemed very vulnerable and friendly in that moment. And so as you go to cast your spell, you want to feel like there might be something left of humanity in him as you cast your spell. But then right as you do, he just sort of yells in your face. Or not in your face, as you manage to stay kind of farther away, but he just sort of lets loose this unearthly yell that sort of just shakes you, and the magic goes off into a corner and just blasts against the stone structure.
As free, I'll just yell, Milo! Are you in there?
And I've never felt better.
Well.
So it was Tiefa at the pedestal. Then there was Colin, who had moved forward 25 feet.
She wanted to be 20 feet behind.
Okay. Sulong, who had went in 25 feet or 30 feet.
Yeah, 30 feet.
Are you guys in a line?
And
No.
then, Viper, how far had you moved in?
30 feet.
All right, so, seeing as how his previous friend Sulong had tried to betray him and prevent him from getting what he wanted, you just see this spider body just shamble on up, and as it does, he this really long, gross tongue sort of licks the blade, coating it with this thick green liquid. As he goes to swing down at you with the sword that he had previously said he was actually a rather good shot with.
Does he have to run past me in order to get to him?
No, because you guys are both at 30 feet.
Got it.
Yeah, so he...
In that case, I'm gonna use... Is Sulong next to me?
He is... If he wants to be. He can be.
Yeah, I would have tried to back
You
up.
want to be next
Viper.
to me.
No, yeah. Like, I think pack tactics is how we work things out.
I'm gonna use my reaction to impose disadvantage on that attack.
Okay.
Protection fighting style. Woo.
Yes, and he gets...
Hold me.
A 12?
14.
All right, so his sword
Clink.
comes down, and you manage to, or I guess, with this, his sword comes down, and it looks like it's about to just eat into you. But as it does, you see Viper, a flash of gray as Viper's shield just comes up and deflects the blade from its course, actually coming in towards you.
I'm sorry, Viper's the one that's colorblind, not me.
Yes.
Saw the flash of gray.
She wears gray armor.
Yep.
I know. I just want to...
Hey. One last time.
I wanted-
eh?
I want the jab.
And then, is that disadvantage for all attacks or just one?
No,
attack?
just that one.
Okay.
The first one,
So
I suppose.
his second
Well,
attack.
actually, hold on. Let me read what it says. When a creature... Oh, I only have one reaction.
Yes.
Never mind. Go ahead.
So his second attack will hit then with
Cool.
a 21.
Oof. Big oof.
A little bit.
And he gets 5 points of slashing damage.
Gotcha.
And then at this point, you see the two front mandibles come up and try and come down towards you, as it looks like he is going to try and pin you for a bite. But he's still getting used to his spider lower half, and they more just offset his balance. And even though he extends his mouth outward to go and bite you, he does not end up getting the footing that he needs to fully lash out towards you. And that is going to be his turn. So then it is going to be Viper and Tiefa once more at the top of the round.
All right. Viper's gonna jump in and try to get a saber attack off on him.
Okay.
11 is probably not gonna do much, huh?
11 does not hit.
Great. Okay. On the other hand, how does health look for everybody?
Everyone
No one-
just got finished with a long rest.
Yeah, so we're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I am hurt. No,
She's.
I'm fine.
I'm guessing her saber just bounces off his hide.
Yeah. No, he's kind of just like flailing this blade that he got. And so you, after deflecting his and watching him swing it at Sulong, you go to strike where you think a very veteran combatant would have an opening, but because he's sort of just flailing his blade, it comes down and seems to just deftly deflect your strike, even though he doesn't seem to be paying attention to you trying to hit him.
All right.
It's like
she's
fighting a button masher.
Yeah,
She's gonna.
exactly like that.
She's gonna clang her sword against. Yell at Milo, trying to get his attention.
Okay. Sounds good. Make a intimidation check.
Oh, much better. That's gonna be a 19.
All right, so he so you just start making a lot of noise with your shield, and he looks at you. You'll be next. And then he does not seem very intimidated by the loud noises that you are currently throwing his way. Next up is Tiefa.
All right, I am going to look for the crown. Is it like next to me, or do I have to go
Make
run
an
for it?
investigation check.
Which I can do as a bonus action per my rogue thing.
Mhm.
And this is the only time that's going to be useful, okay? So give me that. That's a natty 20.
Aw, yeah.
That's a natty 20.
So you see almost like the only light coming through is just through the silhouettes of Milo's legs and your friends.
Mm-hmm.
But there is just one beam of light shining almost directly onto this golden crown that just lays on the ground. And you just pick that shit up right quick.
I don't know if I would grab it with my hand. I might. Is it like, how big is it?
It's about the size of a ring.
Okay, I'm gonna take a quill from, or whatever I have, maybe a bolt, and I'm gonna put it on the bolt so that it's like not touching me. Because I'm afraid that if I touch it, it's going to like draw his attention to me, and then I'm going to. I don't know what I should do with it. I'm just gonna put it in my pocket.
Well, you figure that out. I need to run and do something real quick.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll be right back.
Cool.
Yeah.
No problem.
And then I'm going to hit it.
This bastard! I knew he was gonna betray us.
Yeah, right? The whole time I was like, so you're not gonna kill us, right? You're not gonna kill us?
Well, I
moment,
don't.
like I said, not willingly. I'm like,
The moment he started, he volunteered to like break away all the webs. I was like, well, here it is.
yeah. Should we attempt to get the crown back on the little guy's head?
Probably.
Yeah, so
I
he
trusted
will be
him.
angry at us.
Seems to
We
be
had a
Yeah.
bro moment.
But why did
a bromant, if you will.
I don't understand the logic of the little spider. Why did he turn the guy into the thing if he wanted to steal it?
No. So that's a punishment.
Ah,
Driderism.
Right.
It's your hubris downfall sort of
Right.
scenario.
Yeah.
Why did the little
Eternal
spider run
reward.
away?
He flicked him away.
Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's
flicked
true.
him away.
But now he's hiding in the corner.
Probably
Yes.
because of us.
Maybe.
All right.
We weren't just metagaming.
Absolutely not. Totally.
I won't know until the VOD.
We weren't speculating what really is
never.
going on.
There's so many thoughts going through our character's minds
Indeed.
that were externalized in these last few moments.
I'm going to attack the gentleman spider. The big gentleman
Okay.
spider, not the little gentleman spider.
Yeah.
And I am hidden, so sneak attack stuff. That's 17.
Yeah, 17 hits.
Cuckoo. And that is 12. My brain stopped for a second when I went, what's 10 plus 2?
Dot.
Yeah, right. I was like, no, you have to do the math, brain. Oh, okay. And then I'm going to use my movement to go closer to the baby spider.
Okay. Yeah, so you stabbed him or shot him with your crossbow? Sorry.
I shot him with my crossbow.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
I'm not getting close to that.
yeah. No, I didn't know which one that was gonna be. So yeah, you managed to back up closer towards the wall, and looking up, you just see that this little spider is up in tucked in a small web where it seems to have where you see its two mandibles come up and then just press against the webs as a slight magical aura is leaving its two little mandibles that it's been using.
Like towards something or just in
Just
general?
touching the webs while it does.
Okay.
No.
That's it.
Okay.
I would warn people, but I also don't want to draw attention to myself.
Okay, so Colin, it is your turn.
All right. I don't see any of that shit because I'm looking at the Drider.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sorry.
it's okay. I am going to use. Yeah, let's save that one for now. Yeah, we'll save that one for now also. I am going to use. Why not? It worked the first time. I'm gonna do Chromatic Orb again.
Okay.
Hey. Good spell.
13 plus 6, 19.
That does hit. Roll for damage.
All right. 3, 4, 7, 11.
All right.
11 fire damage.
Sounds
Get
good.
fucked.
All
My
right.
bonus action, I'm gonna be like, I trusted you, Snicklebox. You were cool.
Just Snicklebox, though.
Just Snicklebox, not Milo.
Yeah,
Just.
no.
Not
No
for
one
a second.
trusts. No one trusts.
No one trusted Martis.
Hashtag just Snicklebox.
Snicklebox.
Yeah.
All right. So Sulong, it is your turn.
So how does the flanking, like, giving advantage to another person work? Do I have to be within 5 feet of them, or do I have to
you
be
would
like...
have to be within 5 feet of the enemy on an opposite side of where an ally is.
Ooh, are we using flanking rolls?
Yes.
Okay, so moving inside their threatening area would provoke an attack of opportunity if I try to go
If
for
you
a
try
flank,
to
or...
exit their threatened area, not as long as you move in it, you're fine. But if you try and exit it, that is when it becomes an issue.
Okay, so I'm going to basically just loop around to behind him, so I'm, like, flanking with Viper. The pack tactics.
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 During the movement, Talisman on Quarterstaff Shillelagh, and I'm gonna go for a WAP.
Do it.
Yeah. So that is plus. Let's see if it's a crit. Hey, not bad. 18.
18 does hit.
Right. It's 1d10, correct? 1d8. Sorry. Yes. And plus wisdom. Hey, max damage 10.
Woo!
Woo!
Do work, son.
Yay.
Basically, he spins around and, like, just quarterstaffs a leg.
And he is very upset about the fact that you have just hit him in the kneecaps after dancing around him. So he is going to try and bite out at you again, using his spider-like mandibles to try and hold you in place to allow his now elongated jaw to find purchase on your body. And he gets a 25 to hit on the bite.
Ooh, sorry, Dia.
Just misses.
Just misses. You need a 28
All right, so
to hit
he
me.
is going to deal 4 piercing damage.
Oof. Okay.
And then he is also going to deal 14 points of poison damage.
Woof!
Ouch.
Yeah, as the poison seeps from his fangs into your veins. You aren't poisoned currently, but this guy's not messing around.
Oh no, so I'm gonna pull out the big guns on my next turn.
And so he's going to try and swing at you with his sword.
Oof. Here we go.
Does 19 hit?
It does.
Okay. So his sword is going to deal 11 points of slashing damage.
And I'm down.
Oh my gosh.
And he is going to turn over towards Viper with another attack.
Okay.
Does a 15 hit?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
Not even close.
Alright,
Dances
so
out of his strike.
yeah, that is his turn. Next up is Tiefa and Viper.
Really? Didn't we just go?
He's last in
Oh.
initiative.
An entire
Oh,
turn.
You guys planned ahead while I was using the restroom.
that's true.
Well, shoot. Okay. Healing word for Sulong. That's a D4 plus 4.
Okay.
That should get you back up.
Mm-hmm. Should I roll
Viper
it,
just
or-
yelled. Yeah, go ahead and roll it. Viper just yells, "Sulong, get up!"
So
Force of will.
D4 plus 4, you said?
Yep.
Haha. 8. Got it. I've got
And
HP.
while his eyes probably fly back open, and get back, and she's gonna jump at him with another swing of her blade.
Do it.
Hopefully it hits this time. Oh, that's looking good. How about a full 20?
A 20 does hit.
Cool. Let's make this a distracting strike.
Okay. And what does distracting strike do?
I spend a superiority die, and I add that to the damage roll, and the next attack has advantage against him. Not mine. I can't have that advantage, but again. So here comes damage, which is going to be a D8 and an extra D8. Blah 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 blah. Great. Okay. Awesome. 7 slashing damage for good old Milo.
All right. Sounds good. He's looking pretty
That's-
hurt after all of this that's been going on.
That's it for me.
Okay.
Uh,
Tiefa.
I'm gonna not whisper because it's probably pretty loud with all this stuff going on, but I'm going to speak up to the spider and go, "Little thing, I have your crown. Do you want it back? Do you need it back? Should I keep it? I don't know what to do with this. You have to help me."
And you hear echoing in your mind, "Finish him first. We'll talk later."
Good.
You are adorable, and I will do anything you tell me to do.
I will murder my party and burn
Right?
the world for
In
you.
a moment. Okay. Yes, I'm going to do that. Okay, so that is a 20. Oh no, a 19.
Okay, 19
To
hits.
hit.
Roll for damage.
Okay. Roll for damage. That is not as good. That is 10, but that is another 12.
Okay. Sounds
The
good.
math was better that time.
Yeah, no, he is...
I remembered.
As the kids would say, he is bloodied. Most
Okay.
certainly.
I am... Can I do anything for a bonus action? Do I need to do anything for... I think I'm good. I think I'm good.
All right, sounds good. Next up is going to be Colin.
Let's see. I am going to.
I should have asked him what he was doing at the web.
Surfing it.
Yeah.
He was
Oh my
looking for, he was sending out some emails being like, "In case I die, delete these
Yeah, right.
folders."
Spider ankle stuff is in right now.
There's 8 of them.
Oh, it's a range spell. I don't have to even worry about that. I'm gonna cast frostbite on. I'm gonna try and cast frostbite on Spider Milo.
Do it.
Dweet.
Kill him.
Oh, that's not as good. 14.
All right, so a 14 does not hit.
Um,
Oh well. Hashtag I tried. As my bonus action, I'm gonna be like, really gonna miss you, Snicklebox.
we were all really attached to the spider, man.
It's really.
I like Milo.
All right,
Can
so
Milo help you over a hole while carrying you?
all right, next up is going to be Su Long.
Yeah, Viper urging me to step back. I stagger up to my feet and just look her dead in the eye. Just go, "I can do this." And so, real quick, when we're in the flanking position, melee spell attacks also get advantage.
Yes, any melee attack for flanking will get advantage, including melee spell or just regular melee.
Cool. I am going to do this, and I'm going to drop my quarterstaff and put a talisman on my fist and cast Inflict Wounds for the big boom. Second. 22.
Yeah, 22 most certainly hits.
So I'm going to shift the necrotic energy into thunder energy or electricity.
Okay.
Then channel divinity to maximize magic.
I have no idea what that does.
So
To maximize
Tempest clerics have
Maximum
a
magic.
Tempest cleric have a fun channel divinity where they can basically max out the damage dice of thunder and lightning spells.
Okay.
So I'm doing 30 damage to Snicklebox Milo.
Dadgum.
I can
What
only do
level
this
spell is that?
first level. It's inflict wounds deals 3d10 necrotic, but I can shift it to lightning and then channel divinity to do 30 damage. I can only do it once. I can only do it once.
That's
We're
the
all just
gif
like-
where it's the dude just like, oh,
Oh!
just people freaking out. Oh my god, yeah, Milo is not. He is not a happy fucking camper after what you just put him through. So he is going to rear back
You are
with his
dead.
longsword, and he is going to
Worth
strike
it.
out against you. Or actually, he strikes out against you. It's not going to hit, but you did have advantage on your to hit.
I did.
Yeah, you rolled it anyways. Never mind. From the goading strike. So his first sword attack swings, and I mean, you just blasted this dude. Like, he is not exactly in the most comfortable position to try and strike out against you as well. So his first attack ends up going very wide when trying to hit you, but he is going to try again. As the last 200 years of searching for the Temple of the Magic Spider have left him with a little bit of perseverance in his bones. So does a 19 hit?
Yep.
All right, so he is going to deal 10 points of slashing damage.
And I am back down again.
Okay.
Fair enough.
It was basically like one of those like swan song death hugs of electric explosion.
You were trying to chiaotzu him and just go down.
I was trying to
together.
shout to him.
All right. So
I'm not a
he,
Pokemon, I'm Chiaotzu.
he still has 2 attacks, so he is going to make those against the one that he just saw heal his query.
Bring it.
So does a 16 hit you, Viper?
Nope.
All right. So his first attack against you doesn't hit, and he will make a second one for another 16. So he goes to swing at you twice. And you, again, you've seen better attacks from lesser men, when it comes to fighting against Milo. And this guy is more entirely basing his attacks on feeling and trying to just clear the room rather than trying to be strategic about it. But that is all that he can do. So we are back to the top with Tiefa and Viper. So Viper, this guy is attacking very brashly against you.
All right. I'm gonna want to hold on to this last spell slot. Hope you like that floor, Sulong. I'm gonna.
It's nice and cool.
It's a nice place to bleed out. She's gonna jump at him again. Okay, alright, I'll do this. She's gonna attack him again with her saber.
Do it.
That's gonna be a 17.
17 will just hit.
Okay, awesome. And as she does this, she's gonna kind of like a leg in an attempt to do a non-lethal attack and try to appeal to his drow side. And she'll call him by his elven name. She'll be like, Medarthus, we don't want to kill you.
Oh, that was nicer than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
Okay. So make your attack.
Oh, right. I should probably do damage, huh? I'll go ahead and let that be a distracting.
Okay.
That's gonna be 15, 18 damage.
Woo! Yeah, so you deal 18 damage to Milo. And he what did you say to him directly?
Medarthus, we don't want to kill you.
All right. So he looks at you and he's bleeding out, and he for a moment loses that sense of insanity that he had, and you can see kind of pain in his eyes as he looks at you. Please, I don't want to be like this. Please kill me. And then he just sort of like grabs his head, and it shakes a little bit before you see that horrifying face. Now with the slits that had been down the side of his face start opening up, and you can see bright red eyes underneath these slits as he seems to be growing 6 extra eyes.
I'm gonna say, okay. And I'm gonna pull out my dagger.
You have advantage.
I do, yes. And my special dagger, it forms out of the tattoo on my arm, which is of the dagger, which is hidden under a bracer all the time, but FYI. And I whip it at him with a 21 to hit.
Okay, totally hits.
Okay, and I roll all my dice because it's a fire blade. Okay. 12 plus 4 is 16 plus 2, 18.
All right. How do you put Milo out of his misery?
Yes! That was really okay, so I just, he gives his spiel, and Tiefa does feel a little tinge in her heart, but before that tinge can get to her mind, she just goes, okay, and then throws the dagger at him, and hopefully just hits him right, between all the eyes.
Yeah. So
In the
you
middle
hit
of
him just
all you guys.
square in the center of his cranium, and his arm, which had been just flailing wildly, just sort of slows down, and his body starts to shudder a little bit, and the legs underneath him give under all of his weight as he falls to the side. And you see his legs just kind of curl up and inward into his body, as a spider does whenever it ceases to be. And you see that Milo, where before was a face of very intense anguish, has now returned to a kind of serene, peaceful face, as you have removed all of the light from his life.
Well, when you put it like that, thank you.
He was where he wanted to be.
Yeah, that's true. What's the spider doing?
And as you ask that, you look around and you just hear it. And all of you are hearing this in your heads, and you look down at the pedestal, and you can see that little black spider crawling up on it. I would like to say, first and foremost, thank you all. He was a crazy person. He hurt me. He flicked me away, and he was a bad man. You all have done well. Thank you. Oh. And you just see these two little mandibles just rubbing in front of its face.
You're welcome. I'm gonna
I
go grab my dagger.
am the magic spider. Pleased to meet you.
You are
No.
a person.
Well,
Spider. person. Spider.
Sometimes a magic spell goes wrong, and you get turned into a creature. An all-powerful creature, but a creature nonetheless. That is what happened to me. I was
were
once
you?
an archmage who got
Were
transformed.
you a drow?
Of course. We are
Oh,
a
okay.
superior
Okay,
race.
okay, that makes more sense. Okay, okay.
However,
We are the superior race.
However, you have all done well coming here, protecting me, and for that I owe you my thanks. As this one, and he motions with his little mandible in an almost flagging sort of way, most likely would have tried to eat me, or at least kill me. But you have all come very far, and worked very hard to get here. But I ask one thing. Tell no one of what you saw here. I do not wish for other people, other explorers to come to fight me so that I may only turn them into what happened to dear Medarthus. He, from what I heard from the other spiders, he had a journal, did he not?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Leave the journal. Just lay it next to his body. I can return you to the town that you last came from.
Oh.
But I just ask that you forget what you saw.
I would like to insight check the little baby spider.
Okay, roll an
even
insight
though
check.
he's adorable. That's 17.
He seems to be asking this of you with a with an air of sincerity, in that based on your experiences going through this temple, he probably hasn't seen visitors in hundreds of years, and so he is more worried that if other people find out about the temple, especially if they have the journal that would allow people to go through here more easily, that things might end up looking badly for him, or at least going poorly for him.
Yeah, that sounds fair.
I don't want to send you home empty-handed, so you may keep my crown.
Yes!
Give you
That was me. That wasn't even Tiefa.
give you the powers of one blessed by the spider gods. You may shoot webs out of your wrists. You can sense danger if it would try and strike out against you. You can climb up walls as if you were a spider.
Would you say that we could catch thieves as though they were flies?
If your goals are true in nature, yes, you could indeed catch a thief as if they were a fly.
Indeed.
How true in nature are we talking?
With great power
Yes.
comes great responsibility.
This one seems to know the ancient drow teachings that so many disregard.
Okay. I accept this gift and this challenge, and you will all have to try it from my cold, dead hands if you want it. I'm telling you right now. You can have all of the loot that I picked up, and I start like emptying my pockets.
Oh, jeez. That's fine. I know where you sleep.
Yes. Take it all. I care not for these worldly treasures.
You just want to be left alone?
Indeed. I have many spidery friends here, and, well, it's better that we just be left alone. I'm sure you saw the spiders outside the forest. They told me of your coming, and I waited patiently, hoping that this would not come to pass.
And he motions with a mandible towards Milo's body.
But I, again, thank you. And if you have anything that you will need of me, I am an archmage, so ask now. Otherwise, I will make the portal and you can all go free.
Out of character. Out of character. Can I get off the floor?
Yeah.
I've been out the entire time.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, that's
I assumed I assumed
Yeah.
that Viper was next to you, just like defibrillate, like heals you after
Yeah.
Milo.
Oh,
goes
okay,
out.
because like that entire
yeah,
thing,
yeah.
I've been rolling my con saves, and I rolled a 1, 2, and 5. I technically died.
No. The end of the fight would have been like spare the dying and a slap of awake and why didn't you listen to me and shaking.
I can do it, Mom. I swear. I had my big boy shorts on.
Yeah. So you also heard all of this from the magic spider, and you see him motion with his mandibles towards you, and you also feel your wounds begin to close as you
nice.
gain 20 hit points.
Yay, one spell slot for me.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
when he mentions if is there anything that I can do for you, Viper's just gonna like raise a hand.
You, the one they call Viper.
Yes.
Is there anything I can do for you?
I'm feeling a little older than I used to.
When I send you out of the temple, any of the problems that were caused by rooms or traps shall all be healed. Have no worries.
What about the emotional wounds of being betrayed?
Did he actually betray us, or was he like?
He just attacked us, yo.
I know, but I thought this was some sort of magic thing. I had so much trust in him.
Well, Snicklebox
Darthus
for
was
sure.
not-
Yes, yeah, obviously.
Milo, not so much.
Sulong's gonna walk over to where the pillar was,
Mm-hmm.
and like bend down and pick up Milo's glasses and tuck it into his chest pocket.
That's so
Nice.
touching. No, is anyone gonna ask anything of this guy? Because I'm not.
You got your web shooters.
I know. See, I don't want to because it's my thing, but I feel
don't
like
know what I would
someone should.
ask.
Maybe somebody with a disfigured face who might want to.
I don't have.
Oh
this
no,
one.
that's important.
Okay.
No.
Could you? Oh man, I don't even know. I don't even know what I would ask.
Figured.
Oh.
Ouch.
Ooh.
Could you make my dagger return to my arm, like if I throw it and come back?
Oh, like with a belt of returning, basically.
Yeah, sort of thing.
Or with your arm.
I believe I could make this work.
You are. I am honestly. I am the old gods.
And he
No gods, you're my god.
Yes, I'm worshiping you. Sure.
And so you, after you say that, you look down and your dagger is in your hand. Once again,
Try and throw it. As you throw, the threads of fate will always find their way back to your hand,
and you see a thin silvery line extend from the palm of your hand to where your blade was. And with a gentle motion from your hand, it just shoots back to where it was in your hand previously.
Scorpion Spider Woman.
Guys,
That's super cool.
you're the best little spider, not spider thing I've ever met in my life.
Did Milo
mean,
not tell
he-
you?
I mean, he did, but he said it was here, and I was like maybe thinking it was here, but it is like here. Really?
I would agree. Holy.
Can I do anything for you? I feel like I owe you something. What do you need? I give you family secrets. I give you, what are you asking?
Spiders carry
Yeah.
all secrets.
You guys have never seen Tiefa like this, by the way.
I
See,
know
for
most
Sandra
everything. And if I
Sorry.
don't know, I simply reach out and ask along the web. But the one thing that I do ask is that you forget what you saw here. Keep my gifts
Always.
and receive the boons. Yes, Colin.
Could you? So I have this. I have this loot, and you may know I'm very good with. I'm very good with fire. I'm wondering if you could make like fire, maybe illusionary fire. It doesn't have to be real fire. Come out of the loot as I play it, sort of like in Mad Max, the guitar guy.
pyrotechnics?
That
Yeah.
can totally happen.
And he brings up his little mandibles, and you can cast the pyrotechnic spell out of your loot as a free action.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yes.
Is there
my
anything
favorite.
else?
Seeing all of these miracles, Viper suddenly has realization, and she'll crouch in front of the spider and remove her mask, like just completely remove it. And she's got her back to the party.
Damn it!
We're doing.
Scooch around.
She'll show the spider her scar and say, "Do you have anything that can defeat this sort of magic?"
Defeat the magic, no. But I can make you stronger, more agile, so that way you can find the strength within you to defeat that magic yourself.
She'll just nod.
All right.
Seem disappointed, but nod.
And your dexterity increases to 18.
Dag,
Damn!
Damn.
That's
What color is
Oof.
your hair?
What color is your hair?
Hair.
it is dark brown,
Aw.
curly.
Average son of a
Oh.
bitch!
Dark brown, curly hair. It's half gone on the right side of her head,
Like shaved or like flamed off?
like flamed off.
Cool.
You're gonna respond cool either way.
Yeah. Also true.
Yeah.
Too
Alright.
long.
Mask goes back on.
I have one more boon left in me before I must sleep again. What about you, Su Long, son of Shen?
He thinks for a second and more wisdom never hurts.
So be wiser.
I kind of want to phrase this well.
Because you don't want to ask a spider god for something and have it monkey.
Because I don't want a monkey paw this bullshit, okay? Actually, can I want to see things unseen. Could you do something with these? And he points down at Milo's glasses.
I believe we can work something out.
And he rubs his little mandibles together and reaches out and just touches the surface of the glass with his tiny paw, and you see just a blue light kind of envelop the glasses.
With these, you'll be able to see minute details and comprehend all languages as if they were your own natural tongue.
It's like the opposite of the monkey paw. You get better than what you wanted.
Give him a gracious bow.
Now, leave Milo's journal, and you may take this home.
And he spreads his little spider paws up, and you see the outline of a web on the wall form, and then start twisting in place until it spins enough that it's just this light blue portal across the wall.
This shall take you to your home of Shroudport. Once you are there, tell no one of what you saw.
You got it. Before I walk out, I'm just going to say, and by the way, if anyone else comes into your cave, into this area, don't just sit on the things. Get under it or go behind it so they can't find you. Very small.
Yes.
Okay?
This is true. He
I want to
seemed
make sure
like
you're
a true
safe.
believer.
Poke my head through the portal. You're also an archmage, so you could probably cast invisibility on yourself.
I get lonely.
Oh.
If you ever want to call on me for like a lunch date, I'm
Yes,
in your
same.
debt, my friend. Honestly.
Totally. I'm here for you whenever you need it, Mr. Dude, Mr. Magic Spider, sir. God.
Sounds
Come on, guys. His name is Anansi.
And
It's true.
you just see is like the tiniest of spider bows, where he just
Oh.
I love him so
Gonna
much.
cry. You see just like tears start streaming down Colin's face.
This party would die for him.
Right? Right?
If anything ever happens to this spider, I'm gonna kill everyone
I'm
and
killing-
then myself.
Exactly.
And we go through the portal.
Yep. Goodbye.
Just
All right.
before Viper leaves, she drops the journal down next to Milo and whispers an elven blessing for him.
Take his money. Take his money. But take his pack before we leave. Take all
Wait,
his shit.
hold on. Are you saying
You
take
guys
his
are
money?
messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're not getting paid for this. Just
I wasn't even gonna take it, okay?
I was
Tifa
totally
was like,
thinking
no,
that.
we're good.
Well, you got a crown.
I got so much.
Viper makes sure her party gets paid.
all right.
Thanks,
Oh, no,
Mom.
Thanks,
Uh,
Mom.
yeah, so you guys, you all exit out of, all exit through the portal, and as you come to, you are just kind of in an alleyway. It's more towards the back of a bar that you guys had initially met Milo in, although it is a day or two past where you initially met him, and Viper, you feel your age return to you as you regain or reclaim those 9 years that had almost been taken from you.
Haha. Goodbye, crow's feet.
As well as you can see, now that you are no longer in a subterranean environment, there is color once more.
Just like there always was.
Yeah, none
Nothing
shall
changed.
be the wiser.
Yeah. But that's kind of something that you guys start to realize as you progress through the rest of your day, whether you're trading in your money from the drow relics or spending some time at the bar, that the memories that you have of your time in the temple slowly start to fade away. You forget certain aspects of the traps that you've been in. You forget just how many rooms. You start to forget the name of Snicklebox. You start to forget the names of Milo and the magic spider itself, until eventually you just have you still have all of the stuff that you got from the temple itself, but the stories seem to have corrected themselves in your mind. Where you got the ring of the magic spider wasn't actually from him. It was through a gambling trade that you had made, that you had won it in a game of cards. Your ability to be dexterous came from the prowess that you had in battle and being quick and being very nimble in order to evade those that would capture you. Sulong, those glasses, you remember being a family heirloom and not actually related to Milo at all, as all of you just steadily start to forget everything that happened within the tomb, including the location and even the spider itself. And that's where we are going to call it tonight, as the adventure has come to a close. You still keep all your boons, you keep everything that you have, but
Feel the feels, man.
Milo.
Feel the feels.
If we started to forget these things, and I guess, do we know that we're forgetting things, or
you
because I would want to write
to
myself.
a point.
Yeah.
You start to forget in the way that you start, like, you can't remember what the color of the flames were within the outskirts of the temple. You start to forget what kind of spider that Snicklebox was. You start to forget what the shape of the floor trap was in the temple itself. But it comes in stages. It's not like you wake up and you're like, that never happened, and you walk off. But it very much just sort of comes in steps and in waves gradually over
It's
the
like,
next week.
at some point we're having lunch, we're like, hey, didn't we used to know like a drow guy or something? Like, nah, we've never met any drows above ground.
I remember you
Can
didn't
I
listen to me.
Can I do a sentimental type thing, and just as I know that I'm forgetting things, I want in my journal that I keep all my notes for my personal mission in. Can I write the spider's name? Not Snicklebox, but the sweet spider?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna write it in there. So like I'm gonna read, I don't know what that is, but
Sweet baby spider.
And several days after you write it in, you look back and you're like, was I drunk writing this down? I don't understand.
What are these letters?
Yeah.
What is this?
And it just, the name rings a bell, but it doesn't.
Yeah, nothing connects.
Nothing connects.
Okay.
Big whatever.
Yeah.
All right. But thank you all for playing. Thank you to everyone who joined us in the finale of the Temple of the Magic Spider. If you would like to see more of what I do, I am the Indoor Adventurer. You can find me on Twitter, on Facebook, on pretty much all of the social medias. You can find me at Simple and Keen, except for here on Twitch. You can find me at Indoor_Adventurer. All right, and we are going to be going through, letting everyone know where we can find you. So, RJ, where can we find you?
Hey, I'm Justice. You could find me at RJustice282 on Twitter, and I have an Instagram now. I got it over the weekend. I don't know the actual thing. Hold on. Oh, wait, no, it's private. Never mind. I don't have an Instagram.
Just kidding.
And you forget the Instagram just like you forgot the spider.
But yeah, you can find me on Twitter at RJustice282. I tweet, like, silly things, game things. That's about it.
All right. And then PB. A little bit about yourself and where we can find you.
Hi, I'm PB from PBPlaysInside, which you can find me on most social medias. I stream a ton. I throw some videos on YouTube occasionally. I do some role-playing stuff. I do some video gamey stuff. I am on Wednesdays on my channel over on twitch.tv/PBPlaysInside. I am making a TTRPG tentatively called Band Battles right now. I am reaching the later stages of that creation, so I am getting closer to like super alpha play testing it, just to see what I'm missing before the actual play testing happens. So if you want to participate in that, feel free to stop by at 3 to 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I play on Tuesdays over on twitch.tv/Anaris, as ANARISIS. We were playing Tomb of Annihilation using Adventurers League rules, and we have only died once, so you know, not doing terribly. We actually have really good luck. We've heard some tales of other people playing this game, and apparently there's like a zombie T-Rex that wrecks face. And I'm just like, well, one time we almost died from fog, I guess. So we're doing pretty okay. Except our first thing, or at first level, we got annihilated by like 30 zombies and a couple of ghouls. It was, whew. And then, let's see. Oh my gosh, am I playing it? Oh, this week, what is the 24th? Is 24th this week or next week?
This is
24th this
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah, I'm going to be on... Ooh, I think this is RPG Labs for Women in Gaming Month. I'm going to be on one of their guest panels. So yeah, you could do that. That's going to be at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're interested in that, I'm sure I will be tweeting all of that out over at PBPlaysInside.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cool.
Next up, LB. That's where we can find you.
LBHackEmUp. I'm on Twitter normally to announce that I'm playing a game, and that's about it. But it's at RDZIADIO. And you can find me on here or Sir Lucian's channel sometimes. But yeah.
All right. Awesome. And last but not least, Wings. About yourself,
I'm
where we can find you.
Wings, also known as Danae Keener. I do art, lots of D&D related stuff, and other tabletop role-playing games. If you want a commission, go to my website at DanaeKeener.com.
All right. Awesome. And I'm going to make sure to put all the links to your guys' social medias, YouTubes, Twitches, and all of that into the description of this video when it goes up on YouTube. So, again, I would like to say thank you all for stopping by. Thank you guys all for joining me in the Indoor Adventurers League. And until next time, we will see you guys later. All right.
Hey, bye.
Bye.